All right, so we are back. So real quick, we've been pretty consistent for the last couple of weeks, huh, Bree? Yeah, no, yeah. Come on, turn the mic on, baby girl.
My bad. I mean, we had Easter yesterday, but we good. We've been consistent.
Easter is the reason why. So, for everyone that is not on the realm of earth, it was Easter yesterday. That is Sunday. So if you believe in a gentleman passing away for our sins, the Lord, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's what happened this past Sunday. And he died on Friday, came back on Sunday. Yeah.
You summed that up really quick.
Yeah, if you read the book, little Easter bunnies run around. But in all honesty, Easter has just passed. Good Friday was on Friday, the day that Jesus has died. They crucified him, killed him. And 3 days later, Sunday is three. So we have Friday, then we have Sunday. That's one. Saturday is 1 day. Sunday is 2 days, and then Monday would make it the third day, but yet we celebrate. So if anyone could explain that to me, please let me understand how we get Easter Sunday after the 3 days he died. I know there's a great explanation out there. I just don't have it, but just share it with me. I'd really appreciate it. But we know the kids have had off today, which is Monday, to celebrate.
Some of the kids, your kids had a call.
My kids.
Yes. Okay.
My kids.
Apparently, all the school districts aren't as holy because my kids didn't have off today. They had off Friday, and my daughter asked me, "Why is Friday called Good Friday if somebody died?" I was like,
"That's another good question, right?"
Good question, baby. I'm glad you're thinking.
If anyone out there has the answer to that as well, why Good Friday is good, and he passed, got murdered actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that good. Somebody.
It was for the better good of the world, I guess. So I guess we can see that. But just to explain, we've had a lot of people every year when it comes to Easter and these pagan holidays. We have a lot of people describing why people should not follow and celebrate these pagan holidays. That is a conversation I feel like that would be dope to have. I don't celebrate every holiday for my own personal beliefs, income. Joking. But, I want to hear the story behind why we shouldn't celebrate these holidays and the nature of why people say that. I think that would be a good conversation to have.
Which holidays, though? There are a lot of holidays. We have
all of them.
A lot of dumb holidays that are on the calendar. National this day, national that day.
Name a dumb holiday.
Yeah. What is it? They have National Pancake Day, National Hot Dog Day, They have these dumb holidays.
It's National Every Dumb Day.
Every day is something, right?
It's too many. I mean, what's special about it if you're just gonna? Oh, I got a red T-shirt. National Red T-shirt Day. I mean,
well, give me a holiday that is something that is nationally recognized for, what do you think would be a dumb holiday?
Oh gosh. Well, you already.
I got one on the tip of my tongue. I'll let you.
Okay. Well, you got it on the tip of your tongue.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, I hate Valentine's Day.
I think it's the most dumbest holiday ever.
Ridiculous. I think it's commercialized so much. And I'm not. If you're gonna buy me flowers, I need you to not be told when to buy me flowers. Please keep the money because I know how to invest it in other places.
Really?
So yeah, don't just buy into the hype, and don't give me assorted chocolates. That's stupid because I don't know what's in them. And my name isn't Forrest Gump, so I don't appreciate it.
But
so,
Mama says.
I mean, it could be like a box of chocolates, but I'd rather have a Hershey bar. I'm just saying. I know what's in that.
Can I? She likes Hershey bars.
I was waiting for you to go.
I like Godiva and Hershey's.
Godiva.
Those have the nuts in it. Those have the nuts in it. Yeah.
Well, I like almonds.
You're a nut eater. I hate nuts. I don't know where I'm trying to go with that.
I said almonds. You wanted to say you don't choked on a peanut before the
You choked?
No, you did.
Moi?
You choked on the peanut in your mouth earlier. I think it was you.
Is that what we're doing right now?
I thought that. I'm sorry. That didn't happen?
Is that what we're doing right now?
I'm so sorry. I must be confusing you with somebody else.
This is what we're doing. Is this the vibe we're putting out there right now? I was
calling it an almond, and I thought you wanted to specify the category of the type of food.
Wait, what did I miss? I missed something. Dang it.
I don't know.
So this is what we're doing right now.
I go on, sir.
No, that's great.
Valentine's Day. That's what we're talking about. Valentine's Day.
So that's the vibe that we're doing right now. Everyone listening.
Valentine's Day.
Okay.
What else do you have? What is your issue with Valentine's Day?
It's just I don't know. It's a holiday that has no significance. and besides the significance that it was created for, just as you said, like, you're just making up something. We're going to give it a day. It has no real purpose. And we're going to say, this is what we're going to do on this day.
I think it has some historical reference with Saint Valentine of marrying people that were murdered by the king or the powers that be at that time. And he was marrying them and they wanted to be married. And he was the guy to connect them all. I think it has something to do with that.
Are we making this up or is this really?
I promise you, I'm not making it
There's
up.
some truth to that.
There's supposedly some, it's not, I didn't write the story, but when I looked it up, at some point, that was what I found.
Is equally true as that peanut you were talking about earlier. Is it that kind of
I'm
true?
Just teasing. He didn't choke.
Is it that kind of true? Is it a...
No, seriously. If you look it up, they're supposed to have some truth to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
well...
It doesn't change how I feel about it.
Regardless.
I still think they've commercialized it so much that it has lost its value. And people run to the courthouse in Vegas and wherever they want to do to get married. And we don't have St. Valentine. And, you know, you need to study love a little bit more than a day in February. So I think it's stupid.
Little
But
fat naked baby with an arrow, right?
oh,
Right
yeah.
around.
It's too confusing.
I
I have a question.
Go ahead.
The Easter Bunny and Easter and dying on the cross, I never understood the correlation at all. I mean, I still don't understand where that came from.
I think there's a reason for it. As a matter of fact, I know it was told to me before, but I didn't do anything to put it in my memory bank.
Gotcha.
Again, anyone listen, type it out there. Let us know what it is. I am curious. I'm really not curious. So just fuck, if you want to know what it is, you want to show how smart you are to the world that's watching, then shit, put it out there. I can care less. It's a cool holiday for the kids. I celebrate a lot of these holidays because of my children.
Yeah.
And they enjoy it.
Same here.
Yeah. We still have, what is that lady that has wings and Tooth Fairy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm with it.
We still have the Tooth Fairy.
I'm with it all the way. My brother, he's very, I call fanatical with what he won't do. My cousin too. Cousin, if you're watching, he's fanatical in my opinion of what he won't do and celebrate because of what it means. I'm like, I got kids. Christmas tree, Easter egg hunt, let's do it all. Halloween, what costume you want? They know that they're not about to celebrate no tree. I'm not celebrating any of it. It doesn't mean that I, have to respect it anymore. It's just fun, something to do.
If you're not lying to your kids, you're a shitty parent. I'm gonna put that out there right now. If you're not lying to your kids in some way to mold and shape them to be the individual and human that you want them to be, your fucking kid is having a miserable childhood. If they're worried about how mommy and daddy is paying bills and how much rent and shit is and who got them this and what it took for them to buy this present for, if their kids are knowing this information in life right now, you're a shitty parent. We can talk about it if you want to.
I mean, I didn't say it like that, but
I did.
I do agree that
put the IG down there, Brianna. Let them see the IG.
I do agree that they're missing out. I think you only get to be a kid once, and as I've recently learned how crappy the world and people can be sometimes, we could use as much fairy dust as we can, as long as we can.
Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
So there was a story that I passed when I talked to you this morning. Mm-hmm. So we have been talking. We were supposed to have a show yesterday, but somebody didn't get out of their PJs.
Oh man, dang.
And that's not a peanut story. That's a real story.
It's a real story.
Yes.
Joking about the peanut. This is a real story. I was in my PJs all day until 6 p.m. And I haven't been in my PJs all day and it felt amazing. I didn't have any park picnics I had to go to, and I didn't have church service to go to.
Say that again.
Church.
I
didn't have church service to go to, and I didn't have my phone ringing all day, and it was amazing. And the kids were with their dad, except for the oldest one, and it was great. And yes, I was in my PJs all day working, mind you, from a bed.
Amen.
That's what I do.
Sabbath Sunday. It sounds very Sabbathy to me, right? So we're trying to get together and create a show for you. So everyone's watching, like the world. We have, again, Mr. Bendover in Connecticut, always watching, a very stand-up fan. I really appreciate your support. We also have, let me see who we got. We have Iglesias Hernandez from Puerto Rico watching. I appreciate you. We have Ahmad Halakha. He's out there in the Middle East watching as well, so thank you as well. And then Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all watching from all over the world, all 10 million people of y'all. I appreciate it. We're sitting here in San Antonio, Texas, and the 20... You remember the floor we're on?
We're on the 26th floor.
26th floor in the high rise downtown San Antonio, producing this show for you guys. As you know, this is Socially Irresponsible, the podcast. I am Damien, aka Maverick, the Devil's Advocate. With us today, we also have, let me get this nice, sultering, sexy, let me get that from you real quick, Miss Producer, aka Engineer.
Hey.
There you go. And that is Miss Hey 3. That is the voice behind the podcast. She's the one that's making this thing run the way that it runs. And that's just my cousin. We love her. We love you, Bree Bree.
I'm just your cousin? Jeez.
I know. Where'd the just come from?
Well, she's more than just my cousin.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, she's a lot to me. She's my, I don't know, the good angel. She's an annoying pest. She's someone that keeps me in line. She's all of that. So yeah, and then also we have a special guest, the one that was in her PJs all Sunday to why we're here on Monday, which is actually my fault, but I like to pass the buck, so it's her PJs problem. Miss Erica Powers.
Hey. Thank you.
We have that soundbite, but we're not going to get to it yet. Play the applause. Do you have an applause soundbite down there? We have something for like celebrations, right? Something that's good.
Well, I think you're still mad.
But that is so dope. That is so dope.
She's looking for it.
She's going to get it.
What's dope is this virgin margarita that you made me. Thank you. Because I go to a lot of places.
You are so dope. I mean, you were so dope.
Okay.
There we go. That's our applause.
I appreciate
Back
it.
to the virgin. We don't normally deal with virgins here, but let's talk about it.
Well, the virgin margarita, I appreciate it because so many places I go and I don't like to drink. So it's very, very tasty. I thank you for whipping up a special batch for me. I feel
You're
very
welcome.
loved right now.
You're so dope. What movie is that from? Do you know?
I have no idea. I'm normally really good at sound bites too. Like I can pick them up really quick. I might not have seen what that is.
Except this one.
I might not have seen what it is.
Class Act.
Oh, I've seen Class Act.
What's her name?
What part was that?
When they're in the car, I think when she's like, "You are so dope. You are so dope."
No,
It's from Class
I'm not
Act.
finding it anywhere.
What?
Sorry.
What was that girl's name in the movie? Vita. Hey Vita, you want to play my frog?
Oh yeah, okay.
The Vita or something like that.
All right, I got you down.
But so we have Miss Powers. So we have her here for a couple of reasons. She has some big things going on this coming up weekend, not including the big things she's been doing in her life, as well as what she has coming up in the future. So we'll get into that. I'll hound her about that. First, again, like I was saying before, when she was in her pajamas and I was going through Facebook to find something to start this show off with, not holidays. That was just some random bullshit we were talking about. Thank you, Jesus. There's a story, and I guess it was on Twitter. It was on Twitter. There's a gentleman named Rich Porter. I don't know if it's the famous Rich Porter. Maybe it is. And this other lady. So if you go to Twitter and type in Rich Porter, you can see the story. Maybe Twitter, Facebook. I don't know. But he posted something people are mad about. He says, "How am I wrong for sending a woman home in an Uber that didn't want me to touch her, but wants to sleep in my bed? Did I mention she came over at 1 a.m.? Did I mention I sleep alone? This is my shit. I didn't put you out like a bogus nigga. I sent you home in an Uber out of my pocket. How am I wrong?" And then, of course, she responds to that story saying, laughing my A off. I said shit, but I say A. Laughing my A off, putting an MF out because they don't want to fuck is crazy. This is what's going on. So this is a story that I ran across. And what is your take on this, Ms. Powell?
Oh, I would love this one. So I'm going to have a different take from probably a lot of females. I'm just assuming. I don't know.
We're calling them females? Is that what we're doing right now? Just for clarification?
A male, female. Don't do me this. Don't do me on the PC. You either male or you female when you're born most of the time. Female, woman, I don't care. I'm not with all of the PC stuff. So we're going to waste time if you start talking about that. Female.
She checked the shit out of me. I like that.
Woman, whatever it is. I don't agree with sending mixed messages. Now, I think the problem is when you don't have a message that's mixed And then, sometimes guys want to cross the line and do too much. That does happen. But that's a mixed message.
Completely.
Definitely. Because I am very particular and specific about my boundaries ahead of time. And so if I have that type of relationship with somebody and we're going to be in the same space at 1 a.m., we have to have that conversation first. Don't come over and, lay in somebody's bed and it's 1 a.m. That's a booty call if you haven't talked about it. That's an assumption.
It's at least sex. At the bare minimum, it's sex.
Right.
Some form of intimacy.
Some form of intimacy. So I definitely disagree with the female's perspective on that one.
I agree with you on this one. And I agree with you on this one for many reasons. If a woman is in my home at that time of day or night, it's going to be for a reason. There's going to be a connection. When you're meeting people, this is how a lot of situations happen when it comes to someone forcing themselves on you, and AKA how they talk rape, right? And I don't like talking about it because I don't have the same sensitivity to it as women have. And have y'all heard about the stuff going on with Johnny Depp? Anybody?
No.
So Johnny Depp is going through this case. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I should do more research on it, so I'm not going to speak on it too much until I do that research. But he's going through a situation where someone has accused him of raping them and doing all kinds of stuff to him when he was the one that was actually had stuff done to him, and he lost movie deals and all kinds of stuff from it. And come to find out that he was innocent and she was lying about it.
Oh, wow.
So it's one of those things to where like for women and for men too. I always tell women that you should not put yourself in these compromising situations.
I agree.
If you put yourself in these compromising situations and something bad happens to you, I want you to understand, in my opinion, I feel you're at fault as well. And it's only because, bad things happen out here. We all know what the world should do. We all know how the world should treat you. But in reality, that is not how the world is, and we know this. So since we know this information is out there, we should do what we need to do to put ourselves in the best situation so we have the best outcome ever. If we don't protect ourselves, no one else is supposed to, and who else will?
Absolutely. And I will also say, I always let somebody know where I am. So if anybody wants to try it, there's always someone that knows where I am. And somebody knows your address.
Who else got my address?
Yeah, somebody got your address. Because I'm female. And there should never be a place where I am and nobody knows where I am. Just for that reason alone. Not to say that I expect anything to happen. But as you just stated, we know the world that we live in, it's not always going to happen the way that we think. So I think, people love to hide behind responsibility. And when bad things happen, the first thing they want to do is blame somebody else.
Not
instead
themselves.
of look at what they did to possibly put themselves in that situation. So unfortunately, that happens when it comes to males and females in that way. And of course, you don't want anything bad to happen to anyone. But I agree. If something like that happens and you put yourself in a situation, no, it's not okay. No does mean no. But you also need to have some common sense.
Yeah. And it just goes back to what we were talking about before when it comes to accountability.
Yeah.
Again, there's situations to where we can't avoid stuff, right? There's situations where there's an individual walking home in the middle of the night and someone just busts on the back of her head and takes advantage of her. These are situations that I'm not speaking of. I'm speaking of situations when it's
calculated.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to make a change.
Yeah, exactly. In a situation where you're in a questionable situation, drinking with people you don't know who they are.
Right.
You're out in places that are shady and sketchy, and yet you're just willingly putting yourself in situations, and then something happens and you want to blame the world as opposed to being like, what could I have done better?
Absolutely.
And that's kind of the situation that I speak on when it comes to that.
Right. I think that's the same thing even in relationships. I think in relationships, because we're going to talk a lot about relationships today, I think the same thing applies in relationships. People are so quick to blame the other person for why they have a problem and why this is going on, but you haven't taken the time to figure out what you could be doing to fix the situation. Yeah. So I think that applies in a lot of scenarios.
I'm a big why guy.
Yeah.
I always want to know why. And I not only do I want that, you smelling good. I tried to.
Why you
I'm
talking
sorry.
to him? We're not even talking to him yet. They don't even know.
And let him know they made
My fault, man.
when he came in the room.
No, I probably we're in our studio. We had we have a guest that'll come on later on in the show. So, sir, I need you to be quiet when we're on. Sir, hush.
He was all good and quiet. You
Hush, sir. Quiet here.
don't know what to do now.
Quiet on set. Quiet on set. And he just came in here smelling delicious. I'm like, what is this?
God.
What, we're gonna have to talk after the show, sir.
Calm down over there.
We're gonna have to
I
speak.
know, right?
Don't speak. We're gonna have to talk
I
after
was
the
just
show.
gonna say he didn't get that excited when I walked in. He got more excited when you walked in. So
He didn't get excited when I walked in
You know what
either.
I'm
So I mean,
saying?
dang.
Pause.
You
Pause. What else is it? No homo, no meat on the bone, whatever the fuck I want to say. Chill out, ladies. Peanuts.
okay? All right. We're good.
Relax.
Sir, good job. Anyway,
I'm just gonna start early. 'Cause I figure you just trying to go in on me. So I'm like, let me get these punches in real quick because I know you might,
That's
try to
okay,
get me
okay,
later.
okay,
So,
okay,
I gotta
okay.
start early.
she's been setting this vibe like different. I came in here trying to be, a whole different character today, and she's over here just okay. I like it. We'll go with this. Okay?
I mean, I hope you still be nice to me.
So no, you know what? So this is what I'm gonna do. I don't even. So we have Miss Erica Powers here, and she is again, like I said, she has a lot of things going on this weekend. She has set something up, an event, and I'm going to let her just take over. So this show, the Socially Responsible Show, the podcast, so to speak, is now being handed over. I am handing the keys over to you.
Thank you, sir. I will
And
take
this
care.
is yours. You take the driver's seat. You do whatever you need. I am your guest. You're my host.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Your show. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. So I'll sit there. No, I'm just kidding.
We're gonna get up. Yeah, get up. The seat's hot for you, so you should be fine. You should be fine.
No, it's perfectly fine. So, if we had a little bit more time, I had some cool surprises that I was going to bring this way, and I'll just have to ask you to have me on another time because I didn't have enough time to bring it all together. And I think you would have liked it.
I'm with it.
Okay, good. So
I'm totally with it.
Let's leave that door open. Hopefully I haven't messed with you too much. And
Open for us, closed for them. No. I think it'd be interesting not just talk about it,
Yeah.
but just spring it up on everyone.
Well, I like to play games and do surprises. So if I'm on again, then I can do some of the things I want to do. But anyway,
If this is your show, what do you mean if?
Oh, on again.
When you're on again.
When I'm on again.
There you
Okay. When I'm on again. That's right.
She took over.
So anyway, let's talk about why I'm here in the first place. So you were recommended when I was looking for some different panel members for the love, sex, dating discussion panel. That's what he's been alluding to and he hasn't touched on yet. It's this Saturday from 5 to 7 at Upstage Comedy Lounge. And that is how I met this gentleman here. And so I'm looking forward to it because it sounds like you might have a little bit of spiciness and different opinions from some of the other members on the panel. So what it is it's a discussion panel, and I'm going to have 2 doctors and 2 podcast hosts that are going to be asked questions about love, sex, and dating. And we're going to do that this Saturday. And if the audience wants to participate, ask questions, submit questions ahead of time.
So where is this at again?
This is at Upstage Comedy Lounge, which is at 4441 Walsham Road.
Okay.
So-
And time.
It's from 5 to
5
7.
to 7.
Yeah, this Saturday on the 23rd.
And does it cost anything to get in?
It is actually free.
Hold on. What?
It's free.
What?
It's free. Unless you want to upgrade a VIP ticket. So we have
That's
that
not free.
available. No, that's not free.
That's not free,
That's
guys.
that's not free. But if you want to be on the free, this one is available to you for free. So we're gonna have a lot of fun and talk about some of the things that I'm passionate about. And I am passionate about the topics of love, sex, and dating for different reasons. Some personal, some business. I think it's a cool space to be in, and it's a cool time to be in it for me right now. So I think there are too many things that's taboo, and there's a lot of things that I think need to be split open and discussed.
Sex.
And
She's talking about sex right there.
sex is one of them.
Split wide.
So I have a question.
Yes.
You said that people can ask questions. Are they DMing you questions? They're just going to ask questions there? How's it working?
They can DM me questions. They can send things to info@adorian.com, or they can find on Facebook facebook.com/SAT date night SATX. So if they have a question ahead of time that they want us to tackle, or if you just want to ask in the audience, you can do that as well. So,
or if you're listening, I'd assume that whatever platform you're watching or listening to this on, you can put the message in the comments or send it to any inbox, DM, messenger on any of our socials, and I will make sure I'll do my best to get it back to Miss Powers. And if you send it to her, she'll have access to it. Have her IG. I know you already had her IG up there a couple of times, so her IG is going to be under her name, her face again.
Yeah.
And that's how you can contact her. I'll shut the
don't-
fuck up. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate you. It's cool. I didn't know what they were looking at, so I was just curious how that was going to look. But yes, you can find me on all social media platforms at the Erica Powers. So I keep it very simple on all of them. So yeah, that's what it is. So I want to talk to you though. Yeah, you, that guy right there.
All right, let's talk.
All right, I want to talk about, you have people on here and you're questioning people a lot of times. So, and this is not fair because you already been reading it. So you know what I have on here, don't you?
And like two, maybe 3 years ago, I can see everything on that paper from right here. Within this last, it's not, I can't see that no more.
He's getting old.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Well, I'm so I don't have to hide.
No, you're good. I'm gonna put my blinder on. You're good. I can't see. I can't
It's not
see.
that deep. I'm gonna ask you anyway. The gentleman that he got so excited about when he walked in the room is actually the MC.
Whoa, relax. It wasn't him, it was his smell. Relax.
His fragrance. What is that fragrance you're wearing?
What is that
What
fragrance?
is that fragrance? That's what you said when he walked in the room.
This animal piss.
And so that is actually the MC for the show. I'm not going to say his name. I'll let him say his name because we have this running joke about him saying his name. But I'll invite him on for a second. But I want to ask you, when it comes to dating, are you single, sir?
I am single.
You are single. Are you dating, sir?
I am dating.
He is dating. All right. We got that one out the way. So in your dating life, I want to know, what are some of the biggest turnoffs that you've seen as you've been dating?
So like I told you before, I'm on this real kick with women to where I think women are selfish. Like, and I don't blame women for being selfish. This is something I've always talked about. The way that society has made it to where men are supposed to cater to women, open doors, do everything for them. You kind of understand where women are at when it comes to different things like that. I want to be dated also, right? I want my feelings and my needs and my wants to be considered, heard, and even taken care of. I also want to be treated like a man. And that means the way I am spoken to. I tell people all the time, I know my homeboys, we play basketball, we get into arguments, and they don't speak to me in specific ways, right? Out of respect or whatever it is, I refuse to go home and get talked to by my woman worse than a man, a grown ass man is going to talk to me.
Right.
So these are things that mean something to me.
Right.
I don't ever want to be in a situation to where I feel like I am pushed to a point to where I snap and have to go off on somebody and it be her. And again, I know I should control who I am and, but I'm human like everyone else and I have my buttons and they have been pushed before and I've made some wrong decisions. I've done wrong. And I'll admit to that hands down, but I don't think I should ever be pushed to those points. The question was turn off, right?
Turn offs.
So if you can't give me any of that, if you can't give me peace, when I come home, when I'm dealing with you, this is my peace. You should give me my peace, and I should be able to bring that to you. If that's not completed, if that's not being done, then yeah.
Then what is this all for?
Then what is your friend's name? Where is she at? And how available is she? Is she fine? Is she
You know
not
what?
fine?
That's funny. I wasn't going to ask this question right now, but you just gave me the perfect segue. Because one of the things I wanted to talk about, and then I'm going to have my MC chime in a minute, the bro code.
Bro code.
Bro
Okay.
code. And I guess that would be, I don't know if ladies, I don't think we have sister code.
Y'all definitely have a sister
I mean, we
code.
have it, but I don't think we call it sister code. Y'all, we just bro code, the female version of bro code. If you have a dude that has a female and they break up, they together, but they break up, and like he dogged her out. Like, think best man type of situation, you know, like I'm not saying he was just a dog. I'm saying, let's say he dogged her out or whatever.
Okay.
And then you get with her later and that's supposed to be a violation of bro code. How like, let's say y'all not friends anymore.
Okay. Me and him.
Yeah, you and him stop being friends. So is it okay, or is it like, because it's bro code, like he been there, so I can't touch that?
Nah, I mean, mind you, I've ran trains on my fair share. Okay, so if we're gonna be honest, okay, so
Wait, of bro code, but of bro code property, or just people in general? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because this is a particular category of
Is it
a
though?
scenario. That's what I'm asking. I'm like, if it was a dude,
if I'm at the point where I'm like okay with running trains with my homeboys, you have to understand, like, there's an understanding that I understand that it could happen, right? So with me personally, I don't know what the code is. I don't give a damn what the code is. There is a plethora of women out there, right? I'm not going to gain anything or lose anything if I don't sleep with this one specific woman, right? So if this is my homeboy's chick and they're not together no more, if you really care, I don't care if you treated her wrong, because believe it or not, a lot of men treat women wrong that they love, like madly in love with her. I love you to the depths of this earth, but I was horny and she wanted me to fuck. You know what I mean? That has nothing to do with where my heart is at.
love.
It has nothing to do with that.
What's that? You sound like baby boy now.
But you know what? That is the realest line. I lie to you because I care about your feelings. I'll tell these other chicks the truth, but I don't give a fuck about them. Like that. But see, and as silly as that sounds, if that doesn't
Long
make
as
sense,
you know it sounds silly, I appreciate the truth. But it logically, you know, it's hard for us to digest that information.
But why though? Why is that hard for you to digest?
Well, because I think when it comes to your love and care.
Okay.
So where's that line at? If you care about me and my feelings, okay, let me say a whole piece, right? Just hear me out. So love and care on both sides.
Okay.
So if you're a female, and this is where a lot of people are not going to agree with what I got to say. If you're a female, you understand the way that the dude is made and how he is, I think there should be some conversations about where that line goes. Don't have him looking at raw meat all the time and he like to be at a barbecue. You know what I'm saying? You like, nah, you gotta be a vegetarian. Like, you know, if that's something physiological, no, I don't know what the word is. If he's physically,
if that's something that's
in him that he's made to want to impregnate other females walking around, I think there was a conversations
impregnate
that people,
or penetrate.
Both. Y'all are designed.
Two different things.
Wait, you might not think. No. You might not think you want to impregnate, but why do you want to penetrate?
Is that a real question, or is that rhetorical?
No, seriously. Like if you think from a mammal standpoint,
okay,
women are created a certain way, our hips and all that kind of stuff to give birth. Now, I don't want no more kids, but I'm just saying there are certain ways that males and females are created. So y'all are walking around thinking about that very often, and females are not.
What do you
You're
like
made that way a certain.
What do you like to eat? What is, like, if you're going out to a restaurant and you could have anything on a dish? We're in Aruba. We're in what's that? Dubai. We're in Dubai at a fancy restaurant, 5-star. We're on the 100th floor over the clouds. Waiter comes out. He says, "Whatever you want is yours. We'll make whatever it is." What are you going to choose?
Some type of vegetables.
No, you're going to choose vegetables, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to choose? What are you going to choose?
I like vegetables.
What are you going to choose?
I'm going to choose some Mediterranean spread with olives and hummus, freshly made with lemon juice and basil with the chickpeas and all that fancy and flavored olive oil.
Love it, right?
Love it.
As great as that dish is.
Yeah.
As awesome as much
Would
as
I want to eat it every day?
Would you want to eat it every day?
Well, that's my point, though.
Yes or no?
No. That's my point. My point is...
Does that mean you love that dish any less?
Look, you don't understand. I'm not saying that... No, it doesn't mean I love that dish any less. It doesn't mean that. But that's why this is a conversation that has to be had, because women have to understand that that's a part of a lot of men and the way that they're made up. And that's why I think these conversations should be had.
I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Men hate me, kill me, do whatever you're going to do, right? Yeah, just, anyway. If I had to put a number on it of men cheating, it's in the 96, 97, 98% of all men.
I believe that.
If not higher.
I'm with it.
All right. And I'm being completely honest with you.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
I've spoke to men that I would thought would never have cheated.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think cheating is the worst thing in a relationship. I've been cheated on, and I've also cheated.
Mm-hmm.
I know women that will take hands from a nigga. I know women that will take dudes molesting their kids. But once you cheat on me, that's enough. Like, and that's the thing.
I think that's a problem, though.
No, but it's. I think women they don't look at cheating as for what it is. Men understand what cheating is. We understand we know it's bad, and if anything, cheating is not necessarily. It's more of a betrayal of our trust.
The trust.
It's not necessarily me fucking somebody else. Of course, that's like shitty, but it's more just betraying the trust that you told me that this
what
is
you wouldn't do.
Exactly.
Which is why I said these are conversations that have to be had, and women have to be reasonable on the other side of that too.
But the thing is, to touch on what you're saying, when the cheating happens, the conversation of the betrayed of trust is never the conversation that's really had. It's more on why'd you fuck somebody else, or what is that she has that I don't have, or X, Y, and Z. So now you're going into your bag of insecurities and your self-esteem, and now you're questioning you and da. When in reality, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing. I fucked her. It had nothing to do with you. I'm lying to you about it because it has nothing to do with you. I love you, right? Mm-hmm. She was a piece of ass. Mm-hmm. Should I have done it? I know I shouldn't have done it.
But here's where it hits our brains funny. When you're upset that everything falls apart, you would give that up. Everything that you had, this setup, this marriage, this house, this relationship, these kids, this togetherness, you would give that up for a moment of pleasure. That will never make sense in my head.
But the thing is, we're not thinking about all of that.
Yeah.
Men and women cheat for different reasons. As a matter of fact, everybody cheats for different reasons, right? I told you, I'm a big why person. If I can get over the why, we can make this shit work. Mm-hmm. It's not the simple fact that you cheated. It's the why behind it that is more important to me, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if I'm with somebody and if I'm not doing everything that I'm supposed to do and she fucked somebody else, I mean, logically, can I really be mad at her? If I'm not taking care of home and she finds home elsewhere, at some point I have to look at myself and be like, okay, is this worth losing that everything you just mentioned, the family, the house, the home, is this worth losing all of this because of something the why that I can fix?
I mean, that's not a question asked to me. I mean, clearly it's a conversation that has to be had. I think that's the problem, because people are in relationships and they don't want to have these conversations. They don't want to accept the truth and have the hard conversations. The hard conversation is the fact that men are made to want to sleep with multiple females. There's a period there. And so if you try to get married to a man and, and especially at a young age, when he's still at that sexual prime or peak or whatever, I don't know what the age it is, but it's just a backward system. And that's how we're trained to be. So we're in a system that's actually very broken and we're not doing anything to fix it. So that's why I have a passion for having these type of conversations, because I think there are a lot of ideals that need to be twisted around and that need to be changed. So that's why I have something as simple as a love, sex, dating discussion panel, because people aren't having these conversations. We grew up in the church. And the church don't like to talk about this kind of stuff. And at home, your parents don't like to talk. Some people's parents don't like to talk to their kids about this kind of stuff.
Like Chris Rock says, a man is only as faithful as his options. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And as shitty and as funny as that is, I mean, think about it. Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, man.
Yeah, Halle Berry.
Halle Berry
She's
just
on
got
that list.
cheated on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you have to understand, like when it comes to cheating, again, we know it's an ugly part of society and it's something that should happen. Now, as I shit on men for cheating, I want you to understand that women, y'all aren't too far off. We're at 98, y'all at 92. Like women aren't just, y'all aren't just like the greatest. Because you have to understand, once again, all these men are out here cheating. They're not fucking just one or two chicks. Mind you that there's a lot of chicks out there getting ran through as well, right? All these men
They're
are
with somebody, but I mean, how do you know that they're not single? I mean, I don't know. I'm not defending. I don't know, but that didn't necessarily equal the same thing.
well, let's just say in my life,
Okay, what
I've-
you've experienced, witnessed, or seen.
I've dated quite a number of in relationship women.
In relationship.
Let's just put it like that.
Okay.
Whether they're married or not. And
Okay.
I've slept with a woman before, and she had a whole situation at home, and she left my place and went out with her boyfriend, posting like, "Hey, happy birthday, babe! Glad we had a time to come out." Literally, dick just left her drawers. Like literally. I don't even know if she had time to take a shower.
That's gross.
So I mean, as we speak on this, just as men are doing shady shit out there, let's not just leave this as a man thing. I understand women deal with men, right? So when you talk about issues, you're gonna talk about men because that's who you deal with on an intimate level.
Right.
I don't deal with men on an intimate level outside of that goddamn cologne,
Right.
right? I don't deal with men intimately, right? But so I can't speak on how men are intimately, but I can tell you about a woman, and I can tell you that they're not as wholesome as we want to believe they are, which is fine. Like it's okay.
I mean, that's a segue too, but let me look. That the reason why that's a segue is because, and I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my MC for the show, so he can come on and get in on some of these conversations.
Before you do that, the Jody conversation was how all this started. Back to the beginning. That does not logically make sense to you. Yes,
The one,
yes or
you
no?
talking about the girl talking about put me in the cab at 1 a.m.
No. Jody, baby boy, when he said,
Oh.
when he said, I lied to you because I care about your feelings. I tell these other tricks the truth because I don't.
No, I understand. I actually do understand. I had a lot of conversations with my ex before my divorce, and he cheated a lot. So, but I like to get into understanding the why as well. So I was able to have these hard conversations, and he said very similar things, and I got it. I didn't leave him because he cheated on me. That didn't happen. I left him for other reasons. So I do understand that. Despite the fact it's ugly and it's an ugly truth I do understand where it comes from. I get it. I think the other side of that is when guys try to be honest with their chicks and they blow up or they lose their freaking minds, then why you want to be honest? Like if you're gonna be honest about looking at her booty.
Hold on. Say that again one more time. For everyone in the back, listen real quick.
Yeah.
Listen.
If guys are honest with their females about looking at her booty or her breasts or having sexual urges or whatever it is, and the woman loses her mind, why would they want to be honest? If you don't allow for the platform for them to talk to you about it, and you're just gonna lose your mind, then why are you upset when they hiding and they lying later?
I don't want to be perfect. I want to be truthful, right? And I tell everyone, like I lie. I'm not gonna lie. I lie, but I'm also a very honest person.
You lie, but you're a very honest person. What the heck does that even mean?
It's like I'm honest with people about situations, if that makes sense. To sit here and pretend like I've never lied and I don't lie, that's a lie in its own.
We know nobody's in that. We talked about the tooth fairy earlier today.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So do I lie? Yes, I've lied before. Of course, it's for whatever self-fulfilling reasons, right?
Yeah.
But as far as like me being honest about something and being honest with you and truthful about how I feel or about what's going on, I can be honest with you about it all day. Even if you can't take my truth, right? And that's what sucks. Like I want the truth, but I can also handle it, right? I want the truth, nothing, but you can't handle. That's how most people are.
Yeah.
I prefer the truth,
Right.
But most of the time, the truth when it's brought to me, it's not a surprise, right?
You say it's not a surprise?
It's not a surprise because I'm very aware about what's going on. If someone is cheating on me, right, or if someone is feeling a certain way about it, I know I'm not coming to the table with my best, and I know that I am not doing something that is leading. It's a cause and effect thing. People normally don't wake up in the morning wanting to commit violence, right? Or want like normally something happens to get people that way. It's the people that feel like, well, you just did that because that's how you are. Those are the motherfuckers I can't stand. That's the lack of accountability and understanding why we got here. And if you don't ever understand why we got here, and if you don't ever understand how important it is to understand why we got here and understand that not everything needs to be addressed to the point to where it's like terminal, some shit you just got to let go. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to fuck up. There's going to be some shit that I'm going to do in a relationship that you're going to have to just get over, and vice versa, right?
Right.
And that's just life.
I can see that. That's life. I mean, I personally think people like to castrate and, banish people for their mistakes. Will Smith is a great example.
Yeah.
I never think that one action or mistake should be the sum of everything I've done. And so I think that's why, even in my personal life, I didn't leave because I got cheated on. That's a problem that happened. And I don't agree with saying that we're going to castrate this person for this one mistake. Now, some things you shouldn't do. Some things you can't allow. There are boundaries. There are rules to how you treat human beings in a good way. But at the same time, we are human beings and we are not perfect.
Like, how can you expect growth if you don't allow someone to fuck up?
You have to make a mistake and you have to learn how to grow from those mistakes. So, but anyway, I feel bad because he's over in the corner, apparently smelling good. And so let me go ahead and introduce the MC for the Love, Sex, Dating panel this Saturday.
Pull up.
And he's gonna say his name because I mess with him about his name all the time, and I'll let him chime in on this in a minute. So as you get set up, you like I say, he don't get no margarita because he didn't come on time, and he'll get maybe some water after the show.
I was here exactly when I was told to be.
You were? You were here when you told?
Text message and everything.
Okay. All right.
Matter of fact,
She got the he got the receipts.
Yeah.
My phone. No, I did. I wanted him to come on a little bit later. So, state your name, sir.
That's so messed up. You just don't introduce people no more?
This is
don't
not
do
his
that?
show right now.
This is not my show.
Wow.
Not his show.
Just okay.
You-
Me Too
right
movement,
here.
feminists, taking over. I got you.
That's a good way to get your mic cut off. We can do that
we
too.
don't even, you know what I mean?
We can do that too.
Okay. All right. Well, say the rap villain is what they call me. It's in the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Say the rap villain.
The rap villain.
It's in the name.
It's in the name. Why you keep saying it's in the name?
That's part of his name.
They feel this tension going on right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to conduct the show here, sir.
Like, who does
I mean,
that?
I gave
You see what I'm saying?
I gave you the opportunity to introduce yourself on this platform
you
that I have established for you today, sir.
You do public speaking on the regular, do you not?
I do.
Do you introduce all of your guests?
You are the exception to the rule.
You see what I'm saying?
Because I have a
Tension.
problem with saying your name.
There's a story behind it. What is the story behind that? That's interesting. I feel like we're at like a couples session.
No,
Let's tell the class.
And like yeah. And I feel
There's
like
no couple session, but I will say I have met both of you gentlemen through planning this event. I've been very blessed to work with Upstage. Bobby has been phenomenal, and he's very good at networking.
Shout out, Bobby.
And yes, he's fantastic in what he does, and we've been friends for a while. So he told me about both of you actually, and so I met both of you in planning this show.
You should be a politician.
That is an insult.
she
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
picked that shit up.
Yeah.
What
Bobby,
was
my man.
that?
Not only did she get an insult or criticism about
Politician.
her, she took that criticism and bigged up like 4 or 5 other people.
Right.
And
Straight shield. Captain America. The whole situation.
and took it off the shit
We're
that
not doing this where y'all gonna team up against me. That's not what we're gonna do today. All
It's the
right?
cologne. I'm sorry. It's the cologne.
Okay,
It's the
yeah.
cologne.
All right. I'm gonna have to take a shower or something.
I
Come
did.
back.
I did.
Without the cologne this time.
What cologne is that? do you tell your sources? I don't tell people what cologne is that. Am I allowed to ask you?
I'll let you know.
Okay.
I mean, because they're not paying nothing if I tell you who it is.
Hey,
She's on that same shit too.
Yeah.
Hey man, I like
was,
it. No,
you know, 'cause
I just learned that. If I learned anything from you, then you
They ain't paying you shit. Anonymous.
I'm an actress, so I get paid to promote brands, and that brand did not pay me today, so we took it off the table.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you too. Thank you, both of y'all.
Yes.
I learned something.
And it's always good to learn things. So
I'm gonna start putting like tape over shit, like black tape over labels.
it's not always that deep, but I mean, you know,
It is now, goddamn.
it's
Yeah, it is now.
you know, you do want to pay attention to your movements. So, okay, I have to ask you this question though. There was something that was said a few minutes ago that this is to you first because I'm here to interview you first. I had a little piece of him yesterday, so I'm here to get
You
you
had
first.
this sound the
Yes.
verbiage.
What did you do?
I don't know. I gave her a piece.
I haven't released his video yet, his interview, but I will. So
it went quite well.
It was something.
I enjoyed it. It was on the wall.
No, it was fine. It was fine. I'm just, the way, look, this little tag team. Look, I'm gonna nip that in the bud. It was fine. In fact, you tried to call it a date. It was not a date, but I enjoyed my time.
Did I feed you?
You did feed me. I appreciate that.
That's a
very
date.
much so.
It ain't gotta be intimate. That's a whole
no,
date.
but look, this is what. Wait,
I ain't had to
Wait.
feed you.
this is what happened.
Wow.
We had a location for me to do the interview, and then afterwards, then that was okay. It was
Erica Powers presented.
look at that, yeah.
Erica Powers presented.
She got my vote, man.
She finally got there, y'all. She finally got there.
She got my vote, goddamn.
I was ready to wave the.
You gonna be on Nacogdoches Road with the whole sign. Vote Erica Powers.
Good.
She got the power.
No, but y'all.
You want the power? Vote Erica Powers.
Do you believe in Erica?
I love your energy, and I love the fact that there's
She
so much.
backpedal all over that shit. Like Michael Jackson. Walked on that hoe.
It was smooth. It was smooth.
It was not set
You
up
just
to
need
be
a hat.
date.
You just need a
turned
fedora.
it
You wanna
into
put
a
my hat
date.
on, lean it to the
You
side?
turned it into a date. I did not set it up as such, but you took advantage of the opportunity for us to spend time
for
together.
any future women out there. I don't speak for all men. I speak for men like me. If I feed you, that was a date.
Yeah, that was the date.
Is that really the qualification of a date?
But see, you have to understand, dates come in many forms. A date is just two people hanging out at the same time. It could be a friend. I take my friends on dates.
Okay.
It could be an intimate date. It can be a date, and you can come to the house and just at 1
What's the
a.m.
difference between that and a meeting and a hangout?
Who
You're gonna
paid?
call it a date.
Who paid?
Well, there was no money need to be exchanged, but technically, if anybody paid money, it would be him because he had paid for the groceries for the food that he'd already cooked before I came over. But it's not like he cooked it for me.
Wow.
But he was kind enough to share it with
I'm
me.
country and I cook
Wow,
for
you
big families.
really just
meal prep.
You're not giving him credit for you saying he just randomly just cooked this meal.
No, seriously, it was. He had
and
already
he just gave
cooked
you
it.
he just gave you the leftovers.
He was
fine.
kind enough.
It's fine. They
It
did
was
the same thing
kind
when
enough.
Obama left office.
It was.
They he ain't do nothing
He
for
was
us.
kind enough to
It-
offer
it-
me the delicious food that he had. It
you
was
just
delicious.
got the trickle down shit. This wasn't for you. You just got the
It wasn't.
the residue.
That's why I said like it's not fair to say it was set up.
Let me
as a
ask
date.
you another question.
But
Did you enjoy the food?
Enough,
Did you
he was
enjoy the
suave
food?
enough to turn it into a date?
Oh,
I'm
now
giving
he's
you credit.
suave.
I'm giving you credit. See, if you stop talking long enough, you'll get it.
And you cook too? You cook?
My problem is I don't know when to shut up.
So
That's
how was he
most of our
suave
questions.
enough? I want to know how he was suave enough to turn it into a date, though.
It was an interview. Like I'm supposed to be interviewing you. Next time I ain't going anyway. I'm
First thing I
supposed to
said.
be.
So would this be a date
interviewing.
too considered?
You the one who
You-
telling
hey,
me
you
what a
got
date
drinks?
is.
I made
I mean, he
a drink.
did
got
make
drinks?
me delicious.
And then we
virgin
went to the hundreds floor on top of the clouds, and she got some asparagus noodle salad shit. So
Some chickpeas.
yeah,
and hummus and
yeah.
flavored olive oils.
And I paid for that, goddamn. I paid for all that, the buy and everything. So yeah, I guess
Okay.
this is also a
All
date.
right, I'm gonna go back to what I wanted to talk about.
On our date, listening.
So, am I dating both of you right now?
I'm not. You good with that?
I mean, how you feel about the whole poly situation?
I'm fine with poly.
Oh, well, then
I
why not?
respect poly.
Would you do poly?
I would under the right circumstances, but I'm not looking for that. I respect it. It could work, but I'm not looking for that.
Which poly, white or black? Because I only like the one that.
What does that mean?
Well, it's poly. You said poly. Poly?
Polly with a cracker?
You talking about the Polly? Oh, I thought you talking about the female Polly. Oh, okay, I'm sorry,
mean,
my bad. I know a white girl named Polly just would have been perfect for the situation. I'm sorry, my head. I went
funny.
somewhere else with it.
That's funny.
My apologies.
That's funny.
Polly, I'm Polly. Yeah,
No.
Polly was pretty cool. Too.
I don't imagine I'd ever do that.
Why not?
Because for one, I don't even want a relationship right now. I'm not in that point. So why would I want to? And
She's hurt.
I am.
Yeah, she
But I'm career goal oriented. I don't have a reason to be in a relationship.
What does that have to do with your emotion?
Be emotion?
I agree with everything you just. It's a responsibility when you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Your attention, you have to. If you're in a relationship, you have to give the time
It's
that
diverted.
you need to nurture it. You
It's
can't just
diverted.
be in a relationship and ignore it. I've been there before.
Oh no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So
So,
if you have- yeah.
that's especially, and it's fresh for me anyway. So I have no desire to be in a relationship. So why would I get in a poly type of situation?
I would never
just-
date a woman that's on, not trying to, but just in general, like a rebound type situation or someone that has just got out of a relationship.
Yeah, and
Y'all
it's
treat that first
dangerous
guy like
space.
shit. That first guy gets the
Dang.
work.
What is
Wow,
what is the
what's-
purpose of a relationship?
What's up with treating the first guy? Why would she treat the first guy
The
bad?
first guy after the nigga that fucked her over. That
Why
first
would-
guy, y'all treat him like shit. I don't know.
Have
why.
you been that guy? Is that why you're
I've been that guy
saying
before.
that?
Yeah, I've been that guy
More
before.
than once, maybe?
Probably most likely.
Okay.
Of nothing,
yeah.
know what it
I've
is.
dated quite a bit. Yeah, no,
That sounded a little personal.
no,
I'm sorry that happened.
I've been treated not well in relationships, just as I've also have done bad to others.
Okay.
So I'm not, it goes both. If you're going to play the game, you have to understand the game will be played
Play
against you.
indeed.
Honor amongst thieves, right? So I understand what it is. And so I'm not going to pretend like I haven't. But yeah, y'all treat that first dude like crap.
Hey, what's the reason for that? I don't have any experience in that area.
I think
So-
lack of appreciation.
Just hurt. No, it's
Or
just,
numb. I mean, like, yeah, hurt, numb to it. So, like, even when something is generous is being done for you, somebody is really being genuine, it's just like...
You can't even recognize
can't
it
even
anymore. You're
recognize
kinda damaged.
Yeah.
Okay, I can.
jaded.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And how does somebody get past something like that then? If that's how they start, and then you come out of a relationship,
A whole lot of good dick. No, I'm just joking.
He's not.
contrary to what guys seem to believe, that does not solve all the
Nah.
problems.
Well, but
Good
see,
majority of them. No.
I think that's our logical way of saying that it's something deeper than that. I mean, I got to wrote a whole song and a poem about it, but it's way too deep for this.
You want to
situation.
hit? There I go.
But it's kind of like a dog barking. Like a dog is really trying to tell you something way more complicated than woof woof, right? I need to use the bathroom more. I need to go outside, or what's a squirrel, or whatever. But you don't know all you hear. So when we say dick, it's like you're just hearing we just want to fuck. It's like, nah, you need somebody to treat you right. You need somebody to do something different. Somebody to help you bring out what it is in you. It's a whole lot more to it than that.
Yeah,
But it's almost like you're
just
saying,
looks like dick.
because my question,
it's dick. It's dick.
look,
I'm gonna sit here and tell you
you got
right
that
now.
mic control right. Act right.
I've been in situations where like I know I probably shouldn't have been around as long as I was, and I know exactly the reason why I was around as long as I was. And it's not because I got the best dick in the world. It just worked out with this person. I'm not gonna sit here and hype myself up, shit. But I mean, it doesn't hurt the situation either.
I mean, it would never hurt anything, but it's
Doesn't
not
hurt.
going to solve the problems.
It patches it up for quite some time.
Gosh.
Band-Aid
Anyway,
work.
that's what y'all believe, and yes, your story. And I'm sure
We're
you're
not the only
sticking
ones
to
that
it.
believe that. Women believe
Y'all
that
believe
as
that
well.
shit,
The
too.
reverse.
Really?
I believe
Yeah.
that shit,
But
too.
there is understanding. A lot of women will take a lot of things from men if the sex is right.
and money. Money over sex.
Now, money is very important though, because I think men are after sex and women are after money primarily.
Yeah.
I think I even so here's me. I'm like people are people, man. Like I don't know numbers. I wasn't that great at math when algebra kicked in. So the whole 95, 90, I don't know. I just know me and the women I've dealt with. Some people, depending on what different traumas they've been through, you know what I mean? Like all of that comes into factor with it. So I can't pinpoint that to.
Well, I mean, when you're talking about a situation though, the question was, let's get back to what I said. The
Tangent,
question
we're back.
was,
Yeah.
the question was, if someone's jaded like that, how would they get past that point? How do they get to a point of healing? Is your don't say the same. Please don't say the same thing again. Is your answer? I think you were saying somebody just needs to treat them right.
No, they need to treat themselves right.
Okay, good. Because I was going to challenge that if that was your answer.
Yeah, no,
if you have to go externally for a solution, then I'm gonna challenge that.
No.
Okay.
No, I mean seeds can be planted from outside, but no, it's like you have to legit take your time and get you and figure that out. So if that's what you're doing on the business aspect, like I get that part, because you definitely have to make sure you're whole, because your happiness is your responsibility. Your peace of mind is your responsibility. Like,
Right.
I don't need a woman to bring me peace, but don't take mine away from me.
Absolutely.
You know?
Protect. I definitely protect my positive energy at all costs.
So I can't say good dick, right?
You already said that. And if you honestly
If it
believe
brings
that,
peace?
sir, I will accept your answer, but I have a feeling that in that heart of yours,
Oh, she
You
thinks
think-
there's a
I
heart.
think there's something
She
more.
thinks there's a
Good
heart.
dick and omelets.
Good dick and omelets. That is what they call me. Good dick and I cook too, sir.
Oh my gosh.
I cook too.
Hey, so I already know what it is.
Oh my goodness.
I already know what it is.
Anyway,
No, it's just time. In all honesty, I mean, because I think everyone needs time to. So I don't give a fuck who you are. Everyone needs time to be a whore, right? Everyone needs that time to go out there and explore and get back out there and figure it out. Believe it or not, during that whore phase of people's lives, you learn so
Finding
much
yourself.
about yourself.
Yeah, you finding yourself.
You learn so much
Wait.
about yourself.
wait, does this involve sex specifically?
Whatever you choose,
You have to sleep around to figure yourself out.
it doesn't hurt.
No, I'm really asking, is that what you're saying?
It doesn't hurt.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm
If I did-
asking.
yes.
You're saying that you think that after a situation like that, someone needs to go around and whore around.
Well, the thing,
Literally.
the thing is, there's not one solution to how you handle a breakup. Some people handle it different ways. Some people get right back into the relationship and try it all again, right? You know, when you go through something, it's. I don't think it's. I think people treat sex. I think people give too much credit to sex, right?
Okay.
I think sex is simply sex, right?
All right.
And I think it's something that should be enjoyed and not scrutinized or talked about, or you should be made fun of or felt bad for involving yourself in something that you and another person has mutually decided to do as adults, right?
Okay.
Sex is sex. Let's not pretend like sex is love.
Right.
Because,
Indeed.
you know,
Indeed.
I like where we're
Damn
going
sure
with this.
And a lot of women feel like because I'm fucking you, like we're together and I'm giving you, like, you just gave me ass.
There are also guys who feel the same way.
Yeah, true. You're
Wow.
well, like I said, I don't know. I don't deal with men. I just deal with their cologne. So I couldn't tell you about that. But like just because you gave me sex, so to speak, that is I can't speak for men. I like how you said that. I can speak for myself. I'm good at math. You giving me sex means absolutely nothing to me. Like nothing. Right? It's, believe it or not, woman, and this is going to be the rudest thing I probably have ever said. Your sex
Is the new McDonald's.
no. This is going to be ruder than that. This is going to be ruder than that.
I was trying to, because I knew he was going far. I was trying to give him something that
No,
wasn't his.
don't help. Don't help.
Your
Okay.
your sex is not the new McDonald's. It's pretty much the same as other McDonald's. It's pretty much the exact same thing.
Oh my
right?
gosh. So wait, because
If we're gonna be honest,
man.
I'm confused by this, and here's what I'm confused by.
is that rude?
You were
Does that
going
make sense?
somewhere.
Sure.
You were going somewhere, and I was like, all right. And then what?
Oh,
The
yeah.
reason why is because I keep hearing men say, and I'm not going to be vulgar with my speech, but men say there's nothing greater than vagina. You know, a lot of men say that.
Yeah, those are fools out there still running around.
Okay.
Actually, it's in my opinion, as much as I downgrade and talk about sex, I think sex and vagina is probably one of God's greatest inventions.
Okay, so then how
said
do we
sex and
get to
vagina.
McDonald's?
Huh?
How did we get to McDonald's?
So what it is, he brought up McDonald's. He took my analogy to a different direction. It was better than what I was going to say. But sex,
Thank you.
When you're talking about having sex with a woman, right? It's really the same thing as any other woman, right? It's really just a whole, you know what it is, right?
I think I know what it is.
No.
Were you about to say whole?
Yeah, whole. It gets moist.
There's an Audi, there's an itty.
It gets moist.
What
You
do
know.
you do with that?
But the reason why I've loved the people that I loved had nothing to do with sex. Women will sit here and be like, "Oh, I'll fuck you, Betty. Have you ever been fucked? I'll suck your dick, but like really, like I'm 39 years old right now. There's really only so much you could do with it. Like I've pretty much had, unless you have an extra jaw."
Now you're speaking as a man from experience. Oh, what?
I mean, then maybe we can figure if you have 3 tongues that I don't know about, then you know what? Maybe it might be different, but it's only
Kind of got
so
me
much.
looking forward to Aliens.
You know,
Wow.
So it's only really so much you can do. So that's the now when it comes to men, in a sense, that's more of a conversation, in my opinion, that a man can have with a woman, because the man, another conversation, how we control the actual sexual experience. We come in different girth, size, lengths, all kinds of different things. So that's going to be a difference for a woman. You probably have never really ran into too many, penises that are like.
All right, this conversation about dicks is already way too long to be. I am very heterosexual.
I'm gonna let you finish
very,
this topic. I'm just trying to see where you're going.
But no, I'll bring it back.
Lot that I can lend to what you're going. It sounds like you're like hanging off there, and I really was trying to get you to tell me the McDonald's thing, and it was gonna wrap.
It's just that when it comes to that, it's not about sex when it comes to men, and I can speak that from a lot of men. We have these conversations like pussy's only pussy, like Drake says, pussy's only pussy, and I get it when I need it. That's kind of what it is. When it comes to the actual woman, like women bring so much more to the table than sex, and you know that, right?
Yeah,
you know that as a
she
woman.
should.
Most women don't, and they judge the relationship. They judge the relationship on our sexual experience. So it's because we're having sex, I own you and you're my property type shit. And it's like, we're just fucking, but what about everything else that you're not providing to me? Let's talk about that. If you don't talk about the relationship that you want to have with me, let's talk about the shit that matters, because there's a lot of other shit you're doing that I need that you're not doing.
Right.
And this sex is like, it's great, but I can go fuck her and get the same
So
nut.
I think that was the point you were getting to.
That was the point. The whole other
Okay,
stuff.
that was we got there.
You wanted to take the scenic route, man.
Yeah, and
I like it.
sometimes it's
I like to make her feel uncomfortable.
It's like
Beautiful country.
hey, look,
I like to make her feel uncomfortable.
my control is over there. I'm all right. I am just fine. Trust me. I just had to see where that was going. Whew. Okay, so
It's getting hot and
we got there.
it's getting hot.
we got there. Let's get away from there. So one of the
Off
things.
the penises.
So yes,
please.
Yes, please. I'm good on that. There's more to life. Trust. So you. We've already done. We're done with that travel.
Yeah, we are.
Love, sex, and dating. This is a third of the whole panel.
Hey, so you told
No, it's fine. It's just that one bullet point. It's
Speaking of bullets,
long time.
Hey, so you taught me you were a person first. I'm a person first too. I have to go use the bathroom.
Okay,
Go ahead,
person.
go ahead.
Because this
Okay.
still looks so. This is the most professional I've ever done in my life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
All right.
leveling up, and I don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah.
No, you can go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
All right.
All right. It's down the hall past the elevators to your
because
left.
we're on the 26th floor, so go out there past security.
Right.
When you pass security, we'll have our security guard tell you exactly where the bathroom is at.
Yes.
Wash your hands. Come back. You're good, man.
Absolutely. Please wash your hands, because I don't think men wash their hands.
Hey, security, he's coming through. Let him back in. You're good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Fake it till you make it.
Hey man, you have an awesome setup here. I'm a geek, and I get excited when I see equipment working together and talking together and everything. Which, by the way, this has nothing to do with what I was about to say. But that 360 photo booth that I have, I'm glad it's up and running. But man, it took a while for my software and stuff to talk. And no, it was not my phone. My cameras and everything, because anyway, it's a new thing. Everybody don't have it, so you don't have a lot of resources to go to and which software, whatever. But anyway,
You ran into the event on Saturday, yes or no?
I'm not doing it at the event. This is a free event. I'm not making money, so I'm not going to go through the trouble to bring a 360 photo booth for a 2-hour free event. I am a businesswoman, and that doesn't make sense to me. So we don't have a lot of time to convert between the conversations that we'll have
To do that.
So, and there is a show following. I think you said there was another show coming behind ours, and that's why ours is 5 to 7 out of respect for the comedy club and what they have going on. So, anyway, have you tried online dating?
I have.
You have? What are your thoughts on online dating?
It's trash.
Okay, I've heard that before. I've never tried it, but
I have. It's more of a. I don't use it to date. Believe it or not.
that doesn't surprise me somehow.
Yeah, but I tell people that they don't believe me. Like, I don't use it to date. In all honesty, so say, for instance, what you're doing, trying to get your name out and business out, great marketing tool. Believe it or not.
Online dating?
Yeah, it's a great marketing tool.
Marketing for what? Your booty?
No. Like,
I don't understand. Where are you going?
No. So say, for instance, like, say I have this podcast, right? Or like, say if I'm selling clothes, right? Go on there. If I'm selling women's clothes, I can go on there and advertise what I do on there for women's clothes, and it'll get to every woman that looks at your profile, and they'll be interested. It's a bunch of lonely women out there.
You're saying
lonely
in
men
your
out there.
actual bio, saying what you do because other people are looking at your bio?
Say what you do, have pictures of what you do, have a picture of you, and then all the following pictures to be your clothing or my podcast, your real estate, all that stuff, or whatever it is that you want on there. It's a good way to reach a group of people that have all unlimited time on their hands, single, nothing to do. And they're going to be interested in stuff like the most people that are not single are too busy to partake in new things, to look at new things and all that stuff.
Gosh, be Willikers. You just
Makes sense,
gave me
right?
yeah, man. I like new ideas. I'm going to have to start me an online dating profile, y'all. Which one you like the most?
They all suck. POF
Don't even matter. It's just the point
Yeah.
of the profile.
Listen, I'm marketing on POS.
Yeah,
You can market for more than just your
you
porn
can market
site.
for whatever you have on there. It just depends what you advertise on there.
I
Instead
think
of
that's
advertising
brilliant.
stuff.
I love it.
See, it is brilliant. I told somebody I was
Yeah.
dating that, and they totally were like, well, get rid of it. I don't like it. I was like, well, it's no different. If you're worried about me sleeping with somebody else, it is no different from me meeting somebody at the store.
Yeah.
If I'm going to fuck somebody else, I'm going to fuck somebody
Well, you're going to
else.
find a way.
Exactly.
That is why you have to get to the root issues in relationships and stop being scared and worried. You have to have the hard conversation.
Yeah, but then like you tell them what it is, and they don't believe you. So at that point, it's no. Like I said, I can't defend myself if I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
Again, that piece comes from within. So
Yeah.
even the same destruction and chaos that that's all coming from within.
I can't defend myself if I'm not doing anything. If I'm lying, then I can defend myself and go with it all day.
But isn't that the worst when you have to defend yourself or you've done nothing?
wrong, and you don't have an answer to it, and it's like, well, I don't. And then, well, you ain't got nothing to say. It's like, bitch, I don't know what this. Like, I don't. Anyway, POF is poverty.
smart.
That's poverty. So
Okay.
that's the group you're gonna get.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the perfect name, Catfish Capital.
Okay,
It's
all right.
poverty. It's the low. Tinder is going to be more of middle class. Then you have like the one for the, what is it called? It starts with a B, I think. Brunch, lunch, whatever. Bumble. That's the one to where women go pick, and that's going to be more of quality people. And then if you pay for any of those sites, you're going to get a better quality of, because you have doctors, lawyers, a lot of people, professionals, business professionals are on these sites, not just whores and sluts and scallywags and
your financial level
gosh.
determines whether
So, I mean,
you're a whore or
it-
slut.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean, if
If
you
you're
pay
rich, though,
for
she's
it,
not a hoe.
Yeah, yeah.
Rich, she's got money. She can afford it.
she pays $3.99 a month for this shit.
Oh my God.
She's a baller. She's really looking for love, isn't she?
Oh,
For $3.99 a month, jeez.
Right.
But no,
Right. So if I'm paying a monthly subscription just to meet you, and then I have to get on a date, then I have to pay for dinner too. Like, this is some mutual way we can go about that? Because I don't believe that I should be paying monthly to meet a bunch of different people, and I'm not getting my money's worth.
well, you pay monthly to go. You pay per trip to go to a club or a bar sometimes. I mean, there's not a guarantee.
to get two guaranteed things: music and drinks.
You go to a bar for music. You're going to check out the latest Jay-Z record at a club.
No, because there's no DJ. Let me stop. I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna go there. You don't have to. I DJ.
Not here in the city, right?
Competition.
No, it's funny.
It
Like,
might be. I don't know a lot of cats. I'm new here, man. I'm just saying, like,
where you from?
I'm from South Carolina, man.
South Carolina, country ass. I never been to a.
I was going to say it, but you took the words.
That's fine. We know new music. We like to listen to new music every day. So,
I've never been to a club to be like, I want to check out the new spins for this week.
No, I do not. I'm not saying literally the music, the vibe. You know what I mean? Like that feel. You going for a vibe.
The vibe. Now the vibe makes sense to me.
Don't
You know, you want to
don't
be
go
in
to the club for the vibe.
in a
Where
particular.
you go to the club for?
Bitches.
Okay, well, he's still in that state. Okay, I got you.
Depending on
He's
where
still
in
there.
South Carolina, there's not a whole lot to do.
Woman, where you from?
No. My stepdad was from South Carolina, and there was nothing to
Okay,
do.
South Carolina's a pretty big state.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
as big as Texas.
That's
but-
why I said depending on
okay.
where.
I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
used to.
He was ready.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like, wait a
I'm sorry.
minute.
My apologies.
Speaking of defensiveness, right? Jeez.
Calm down.
I apologize.
Easy killer.
Hey, racism still exists. I'm on the edge.
I'm on the edge. No, I don't go to clubs at all. You'll never find me at my age and my lifestyle.
And I guess when I'm saying club now, I mean this is
He
all
meant a
post-COVID.
lounge. I think he meant like a lounge, a place to hang out.
Yeah, it's
or,
not like
you know,
it
get a
used to be.
vibe.
Okay. So back to Friday. I'm totally just fucking with you.
Yeah, no.
No, it's fine. But you wouldn't catch me in the club either. But I like lounges. You know,
Lounges are cool.
Yeah, I think
Which is the same thing as
that's
a
what
club now. Yeah,
Exactly.
I think that's
Unless
what
you're in
our
Miami
South
or something like that.
Carolina guest meant. He meant a lounge. That's why I was clarifying. I got you.
Oh, bougie ass. You pay for your date.
I mean, but even y'all clubs,
Bullshit ass
y'all
nigga.
clubs are lounges. That's what I'm saying. Like nobody's doing nothing.
Lounges are now closed. Restaurants past 8,
Everything
8
is a
p.m.
lounge.
is a lounge now. Yeah.
Everything is a lounge.
I don't fuck with lounges either, though.
Well, if
what
you go
do you-
anywhere
what
now,
do
it's a
you do?
lounge.
Where do you
if you go
go?
anywhere in San Antonio, it's a lounge.
I don't go out as much as I should.
There you go. That's what he means. I'll be on the couch. Man.
No,
Well,
that'd be-
What are you looking for when you are looking?
It all depends. So in relationships, I guess if you're talking about that, my biggest thing is I want to be understood. I don't want to be right. I don't want to be wrong. I want you to understand me, and I want to understand you. Because when you understand people, you can even understand why, Hitler did what he did. If you understand him, you can understand why a rapist rapes, or murders. You understand why nigga in the hood sells drugs, even though it's a bad thing. But if you understand him, it makes fucking sense, and it's a lot easier to tolerate people, right? I just want to be understood.
I like it.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be nothing else. Just fucking understand me.
I like it.
You're gonna be single for the rest of your life.
Dealing with these bitches.
Whoa, wait,
There it goes.
where'd that
There it goes.
why
That's what I'm here
why
for,
the B
folks.
word all of a
Say the
sudden?
rap villain. I bring it at you.
Are there is there anybody out there that's not a B word? Like, how did you
Yes,
get
theirs
there
is
so
totally different.
angry?
Okay,
Is
so
it
listen.
rough out there? Is it hard in these streets?
It's
PTSD.
hard out here
Oh,
for
pimp, I'm
pimp.
just saying.
PTSD is real.
Apparently, whoo.
Racism still exists. I'm on the edge.
Ladies,
I'm on
what
the
are
edge.
y'all doing to these
I'm on the edge.
Oh, my word.
I
Scary.
don't. No, I don't. I
Need a
don't.
hug?
Huh?
Need a hug?
No, you might get body slammed. You gotta wait.
Angry.
You gotta wait till the pimp disappears. You gotta let the pimp go. You gotta let him cool the fuck down.
I mean, give me an hour.
right, all right.
Give me an hour. Give me an hour. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it about 30 minutes.
Where am I at?
Goodness.
No, I don't. It's just I don't know, man. Like as I'm getting older, I'm actually being more intentional about dating. And I'm being more intentional about getting to know people, right? And figuring shit out. And I told you, I just think women are selfish as shit. And I get it. I get why. I'm not gonna criticize you for it. Shit, if I was in your position, I'd be selfish as fuck too. But it's crazy because I really told myself I'm not gonna curse as much because you're on the show.
I already told myself and anybody I invited to the show, just watch it. It's going to be a little bit more than we're used to. It's okay. I was ready.
All right.
But I appreciate the
I tried.
effort. You tried. I'll take that as a
It sounded like a class comment.
plus.
I fucking tried.
A little bit more than what we're used to.
She pays for her online dating. Yeah, she's not free subscription. Ew. She probably pays for a Spotify too. Ew, free Spotify. I want to get my skips. I don't want to just have 6 skips an hour. See, you don't know what that is because you pay for your shit. See, if you don't pay for it, you understand you only get 6 skips an hour on Spotify.
I don't listen to
Spotify.
commercials, so you're right. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sheesh. I need to,
I love
step my
music.
shit up.
I
need to
love
step
music.
I love music too, but I'm paying $5 for free shit. I'll just listen to this trash ass Drake song, which Drake does not have any trash ass songs. I'm a fan of Drake. So nothing against
He
Drake.
does have some. They're not all amazing. Drake is cool. But nothing is ever everything. So what are you looking for though? You say you want to be understood. Was that the extent of what you said? I mean, I like what you said. I know one of the things I can't stand is being misunderstood. I can't stand it. Can't stand it.
I hate
So-
someone telling me that I did something for reasons that they think
That they think, right.
When I told you why I did it.
Absolutely. If I'm speaking, you should be listening to the words coming out of my mouth.
The thing I hate people saying is like, do you listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth? The one thing I hate when people saying is like, I just lost it in, I lost what you said or lost it in translation or whatever. Bitch, why are you translating what I'm saying? Just listen. Quit translating probably. And maybe if you just listen, you'll be like, oh, that's what you mean. Fuck you translating for.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I would definitely translate that condescending tone over there. When I am speaking, you should be listening.
That is not condescending.
You did not hear that?
Why was that condescending? Wait, we're gonna talk about this.
That sounded kind of like.
Because I don't understand. This sounds like your PTSD is coming out.
No,
again.
I want to know the stance so that when you're speaking, we should be
Yes,
listening.
because if
That was
if-
foot on throat type
if you are there to understand me, then you should listen to the words that I'm speaking. There's a period there. I don't understand where the condescension.
That's not how you
can't-
said it. Well, you win. This is not how you said
Okay,
it. You win.
well, I like to be understood. So
Yeah.
do you understand
I understand
me?
now.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's
You win.
fantastic.
You win. See, I'd rather be happy than be right.
Okay.
And hey,
Smart.
that smirk was kind of condescending she gave.
I know.
You know what that smirk was? That was like,
we're not doing
nigga,
this. Did not say that.
nigga.
Exactly. I'm like, all right, you get it. It's nothing.
We're not here to do
I'm
that.
telling you, man.
We're not here to do that. Okay, so
She don't curse, but that
Right.
looks.
Oh yeah. It's almost like might as well be like, God damn.
Hey, just curse me out next time. I'd appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I
shit
would.
more.
Yeah, I can respect that.
Totally. if you're gonna do that, just
That's,
call me a bitch next time.
that's that look from your mom across the room.
no, it's not. Stop reading so much into it. Y'all been hurt, man. Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Ladies,
happens.
calm down.
Like you said, racism still exists, man.
Calm down.
I'm stealing that from you totally. And I'm going to tell everyone I totally just thought of that shit one day and I thought it was very creative and clever. And that's my new line. Racism.
I'm gonna let y'all finish.
Oh man.
You good?
Y'all, women say that men don't have these moments where we talk and bond. We do this shit often. I do it a lot, actually. So
Apparently, because women are not on your good list right now. It sounds like they just been effing up left and right.
Y'all ask men, why don't we talk to y'all? And who are we talking to? And we're not letting y'all know what's going on with this. And when we talk, y'all just, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not what it is. Like, bitch.
There it goes again.
I know, right? Maybe I need to talk about something other than women, and then it'll be a little softer.
Sorry, Mom.
You should get out from Alabama.
Okay, so what is the biggest problem? What are some of the biggest problems you see in relationships and dating today? I mean, you've already hit on a few. Are there any more you have up your sleeve?
I think people are rushing to relationships way too soon, for one. Mm-hmm. I think you have 2 or 3 good dates and all of a sudden that's my
oh, that's funny because his interview yesterday revealed the exact same thing.
Yeah,
he said everybody in San Antonio, what you say, wants to be married.
Yeah, then we be married after date number 1.
yeah. I don't want to get. I don't.
We engaged on date number 2 by the end of the week. I got a child on the way. We ain't even had sex yet. Like she getting ready to move in. Like, hold on.
God.
I don't even like eggs on top of my toast like this. What are we doing?
2 weeks, she already talked to her friends. Now they got her asking for child support from you. Like,
Oh wow! So moving too fast, San Antonio ladies. That's what I'm hearing from two. No, go ahead.
no, it's really bad because it's one of those things that how I look at it, in my opinion, is, So I always say that I don't date strangers, right? Somebody that I date and I'll probably end up with for the rest of my life is going to come from my pool of friends, right? Somebody that knows me. I'm not the easiest person to get to know. Sometimes I'm very difficult and complicated at times. And the reason why I'm like that, I feel, because I actually use my mind and I think outside the box and I ask those questions.
You're not a clone.
I'm not a clone, right? Simple. No, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm not into whatever. So I want to take my time, right? And if I get to meet you at 39, I'm not trying to meet you just to fuck with you and meet somebody else 2 months, 3 months later. Like if we meet and we hang out, I want it to go somewhere, right? And if it doesn't go somewhere intimate, like we're still cool. Like it's no hard feelings. I don't want to have to I'm gonna block you, or I'm gonna take you off my social media. Like, if you're at the age, if you're an adult, and if you're deleting people off of social media because of an argument, you're a fucking clown.
Yeah.
And I apologize to anyone that I actually care about that has done that, because I know people that have done it.
Clowns come in all shapes, colors, sizes, religious.
It's not that serious, man. Like if you're really doing all this extra effort to whatever, like relax, man. Like, it's just social media. Like, we shouldn't if you're worried about.
It's like we're in high school again.
Oh man, it's like we're in fucking high school. But to answer your question, like, I think people rush into relationships too much. I think people are getting into relationships calling themselves being intentional, but really what they're doing is I want to get married, and so are we going to do this? And it's like looking for someone to fill a spot for them, marriage, or whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, however that is, as opposed to seeing if this person is someone that you even want to fuck with like that, and letting it develop organically and let it just happen.
It's kind of scary. I feel like you've been reading my journals.
So you're not the only one that feels it.
No, I'm not. Actually, I had a conversation not too long ago with someone saying that I have 4 girls, so I have a great responsibility to how they see their dating life and relationships and stuff. And I definitely don't want their main goal to be a wife and a mother. That's not the main goal. That's not the prize. I think that's a problem. And the other thing I told them is why, because they're in high school and middle school and stuff like that. I said, everybody is trying to date each other. Why are they trying to date? All you should be focused on is having relationships with people. That's it. And if you like someone long enough, then maybe it'll develop into something else. But especially at that age, why are you trying to find someone to date? That's ridiculous to me. And I think that even carries into adulthood. So that's something that I've told them. I say, don't focus on trying to be a girlfriend or match up with someone. Say, are we compatible? Or do I like them and the way they do this? That's not even important right now. Yeah. Do you like their energy? Are they around long enough? Just learn to have as many great relationships as possible. Yeah. And if one wants to surface to the top, then let it. But don't make that be the goal.
I don't like people that have, like, I know a lot of people out there that has. So San Antonio is a very closed-minded city. You know this. You're coming from South Carolina. You understand this.
He's coming from South Carolina.
Don't do that.
Demographic and the way of life out there is completely different.
It is different.
So I mean, it's like it's so in San Antonio, everyone is the same out here. It's clone type shit, right? Very very conservative,
very black and white,
very 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 literally very conservative, right? So when you have people out here, they want a specific thing, right? And that's because that's all they know.
Yeah, because that's what they're used to.
That's all they know. And they don't realize that there could be better out there if you allow it to happen. Right. And I've been in situations to where, like, I know I don't have it all figured out, but I know I don't have it all figured out. Right.
There you go.
Preach on.
Like, and I know I don't have it all figured out. I know there's some shit that I do have figured out. Motherfucker, I know you for sure don't have it figured out. Right. Right. Like, I know for sure the shit you're saying is fucking wrong.
Right.
I don't want to get married. I don't aspire to being married. Maybe because I grew up in a family that we didn't marry a lot. You know what I mean? We've had, the men in our family, like I always said, the men in our family did it the right way. Most of them, it's the women that are kind of questionable. But that's my cousin. She'll nod her head to that shit. So the thing is that when it comes to, like, I don't want to be married. What I want someone that I could spend the rest of my life with. I don't need to marry you for that. But I need a foundation. I need a support system. I need trust. I need someone to listen. I also need to listen. I also need to support you, and I also need to listen to you.
So there's an interesting line there. If you like it, put a ring on it. That concept. And though I get it,
I gotta pay for your life.
I think I think I'm a little torn. I'm torn because I consider myself a logical female. I don't think I think like a lot of other females might think. On one hand, you definitely don't, why buy the cow if the milk is free? That kind of concept. If you don't have commitment, what do you have? But on the other hand, I think the problem lies with thinking you have that just because you have that. And I think that's where the critical problem lies. Is if you have the ring, then the problem is resolved. And there lies the issue. So yeah, definitely have your worth and your boundaries, your goals and things like that. But you got to figure this thing out, whether there's a ring on it or not.
Some people are goal oriented though.
Right, but why? Why is that the goal? I'm just saying because we've been conditioned to believe that when you have that ring, a lot of these things are solved, but they're not because people aren't having the right conversation.
And not necessarily a lot of. Some people just want something specific solved. Some people just want security. Like, I'll take the ring. I'm good here. This is all I need. Because for me, I've been told it comes down to tolerances as far as a relationship. And I know for me, like, it's just whatever I can tolerate.
But see, those are. I really don't talk about those subsets because they're not in the same conversations we're having when it comes to looking for something serious and something. Right? They're just looking to survive type shit, right? So those people are going to take looking for safety. You know, so they're going to take all kinds of shit. Like so those people, like, you know, it works for them, right? I'm not knocking it, but when we're talking about like real longevity love relationship where it's good on both ends or where it's supposed to be good, like, you know, when it comes to marriage and shit, I always say the same thing. Like, everyone who is cheating is either married or in a relationship, right? And it's like, duh, but then it's like, you have to understand, like, just because you're married or in a relationship, it doesn't mean you're not going to cheat. It doesn't mean that they're going to
I was going to say that next. It doesn't mean that the security comes with the ring. People are getting divorced all the time. And I remember feeling extremely lonely a lot of years in my marriage and not secure.
They say 30% of all marriages are because of divorce. So out of all the reasons that exist under the sun of why someone is getting a divorce, 30% of them are because of cheating. And that's just the ones I found out. We're not talking about the ones that got divorced because he was an alcoholic and don't know that he was cheating. 30% of all marriages. That's a high number when you understand that there's probably 1,000 reasons why people are getting divorced out there. 30%. And this is true numbers.
I'm going to take your word for it, brother. I'm going to be preaching just 30% of you motherfuckers.
It's golden. Use it.
Right, yeah.
It's gospel. But and that's the thing. Like, I think when it comes to cheating and shit like that, I think people put too much emphasis on cheating. Like, I get it. It's bad. It hurts. It's lying. It's deceit. But if you can't come back from something as selfish, and if you internalize everything and make it your fault to where you can't respect or look at somebody for just cheating and not the actual issue behind it, then you're missing out on everything, because it's you know, we're talking about, like, when it comes to toxic situations. I think some toxic situations are needed in life to understand what life is. I want to feel sometimes. I want to go through bad times. It's not about the goal. It's about the journey.
I didn't want to go through none of that shit. You can have that.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Well, it's not a want. And I'm not talking about like the extreme stuff, but you know what I mean.
You're saying the opportunity to grow and feel alive and you know.
You got to take the good with the bad in order to appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. I get that.
I should have said it more biblically.
I'm just going to say shit. And like you seen what was the episode of Key and Peele when Obama was talking and they had this translator? Yeah, you're my translator.
I got you.
Not my hood translator. You're my real. You know. I'm gonna be the hood nigga, say some bullshit, and I be like, fix that shit for me, bro.
I got you.
We're fucking up.
Oh no, toxic, man. That's a subject right there. I want to be done with toxic. I can't do the toxic. I think. What is toxic? People are trying to figure out. People talk about toxic a lot, and it is used a lot. It's passed around a lot, but what is it? For me, it's something I want to steer very clear of. And I don't have any other toxic relationships in my life now that one is gone or on its way out. It's so toxic that it's still hanging on. But you know, it's a lot of things that people do talk about when they're talking about toxic relationships. And I am a fan of protecting your positive energy at all costs and appreciating the human connection. There are a lot of great things that can be valued and experienced if you are able to protect your positive energy and realize that we're all human and gain as much as you can from human connection. Doesn't have to be romantic. Doesn't have to be a ring on it. Doesn't have to be sexual.
Yeah, just take it for whatever it's worth.
Absolutely.
And keep moving.
Absolutely. People have a lot of energies, different types of energies. And if you are open to receiving the different energies that people bring, then imagine how much greater you'll grow. You know, and it doesn't have to be, I need this type of energy and I need to look like that and I need to be in this package. And that's absolutely ridiculous to me. You should just experience the ride for what it is. And if you're really in your flow, if you're really, you know, where you need to be and things aren't that hard, then you're really going to take advantage of absorbing the different experiences that life has to bring you. And I think that's a pivotal mistake that especially women make when it comes to dating and their ideas of relationships. I do speed dating events. I did them pre-COVID. I haven't decided to bring them back yet. But
niggas is horny right now. You bring that shit back, you golden.
what I have a
New bingo.
I have a lot of projects I'm working on, and one of them, real estate is I'm 50-50. You know, just as well as we're talking to y'all about sex and dating. On the other hand, I'm gonna be talking about how to stop your foreclosure. So I'm pretty split when it comes to those. I'm passionate about both of those particular things. But one of the things I learned was the big gap between what men were thinking and what women were thinking when it came to the speed dating. Because I would set people up ahead of time, you know, they didn't know in certain groups or whatever, and make sure I have enough men to women and all this type of stuff, and just the comments and what women are looking for. And I was kind of sickened by it. I was like, this is stupid. No wonder you're single.
What are they saying?
Gosh. I don't remember right now because this is a while ago where I'm actually reading the comments and cards. But what I will say, it was just some shallow types of things. Like, you know, you're single and I want him to be like this and I want him to look like that. And why are you worried about all of that? Let's just meet some people. And
she was 5'5", 322.
Man.
I mean, everybody has what they're naturally attracted to. We understand how that works.
That's that POF life right there.
The best meme I saw, I forgot who's, anyway, it's basically stated on it, look at yourself and look at me and make it make sense.
Oh my God.
like look at yourself and look at me.
Like, I ain't saying I'm no dime.
Just make it make sense, okay? I use that shit often. Like, make it make sense. Like, does this even look like this is gonna make
people aren't sensible what they're looking for, and it's like,
is this
are you
really
serious?
gonna work?
Yeah.
That's why you're still struggling out here. You're looking for the wrong.
She eat vegetables. I mean, meat all the goddamn time. Is this really gonna work? Like, I don't know. I don't know. You like saying your PJs and Sundays and do nothing all day?
I didn't do nothing.
No,
I didn't do nothing. I you know, bosses can work from their beds.
Boss, that's a
Relax.
I'm just saying. I'm just making
Don't shit on me. Don't shit on me.
I'm just making sure you understand that just because I was in my PJs till 6 o'clock,
ma'am,
does not mean I was not working.
Ma'am, can you not shit on me in front of company?
I just want to make sure you understand.
This is Phoenix, brother. You holding conversations with the Phoenix. Every little step you make, brother. It's gonna get bigger. It's go fire.
I just want to make sure.
Be peaceful.
I don't want to be misunderstood.
In front of company?
About that.
In front of company?
Just you got hey, brother.
You gonna shit on me in front of company?
No, not at all. I just want to make sure I'm not.
You see how I've been sitting this whole time?
Hey.
Well mannered, calm. You got to speak slowly though. That woman is coming out of an amazing. She's coming out.
Bosses
graciously.
Bosses can work in bed.
Right, but
God damn, my bad. Shit, I gotta go to work. I gotta clock in. Goddamn. Oops.
That was not on anybody. I was just talking about myself.
No,
Since you wanted to tell everybody that I was in my PJs until 6 o'clock yesterday. So you might as well give them all the information.
Nah, that's cool.
That's all, the whole picture.
I'll clean up.
Let's talk about toxic.
Politician.
oh, now you want to talk about? I would try to stay clear.
We were about
toxic,
to talk about toxicity in the relationship while he was looking it up.
That was very toxic. Shitting on me the way you shitted on me in front of everybody.
I did not do that.
That's toxic.
Y'all need to stop being sensitive. I was talking about myself. Sounds like there's some internal things that offended you, sir.
So now you gonna gaslight me?
Don't worry, but don't worry. So now you gaslighting me right now?
No, not at all.
I'm trying to tell you my truth, and now you gonna gaslight me?
I would never.
That's what you just did, though. That's what you just did, though. I'm just saying, it's cool, man. No. I'm gonna cry in the car.
I was just speculating that sometimes there's an internal issue that is not being discussed. And you know, in case there is.
Oh, so it's me. It's not you.
I'm just. It's a possibility. I'm not saying that it is that way.
You have to pay attention to her eyebrows to know her intent.
Not only did she gaslight me, she doubled down on the gaslight.
What?
Yeah.
What did you want to say about this
Match
that you pulled
burnt
up
that shit
here?
up. No, so you're just talking. So it's just we were talking about it on the phone amongst a couple of other things and about toxicity, and I just think, as we both kind of touched on how sensitive people are and how stupid the world has become. I.e. Will Smith. That's where we're at with this world.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're not calling him stupid. You're just saying the situation.
What?
Will Smith sensitive as shit for how he reacted.
Huh?
Will Smith was very sensitive.
Yeah, he was
for
very
how he
sensitive.
reacted.
Right, he was very sensitive.
And see, it's I'm also big on context, right? I could say something in one setting that fucking makes total sense. In another situation,
And it makes exactly.
what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
And in the nature of that event, and I'm not going to get into it. We talked about it on the show before. I guess we could talk about it real briefly. But in the nature of the event, where you're at a award show where you naturally are slightly roasting the guest for the pleasurement of the TV audience and making it funny, you have to understand that you're not above a small minor joke. And that joke was being said. He got sensitive, went on stage and did what he did. That happened. I don't give a fuck about that. The part that bothers me is the people in America, normal people that think that he did the right thing. That's the shit that bothered me. Like, people are like, yeah, I would have slapped that nigga too. Like, what?
Yeah, I think the issue with that, and I'm with you, I don't want to talk a whole lot about it, but I think there's just a lot of different problems with that. It wasn't a one person issue. It was a lot. Like you said, no, that's not the action to take. So
I was raised different.
I'm not jumping on the against Will Smith bandwagon, because I'm not.
What difference?
I'm not. But I'm just saying, I think people like to put a lot into, oh, this was so bad that X, or you absolutely had to do this. It's not, life is gray in a lot of situations, and that is no different. I think, we should be understanding one another to understand why people behave the way they do. And that doesn't mean that when they behave the way that they do, that you should crucify them so quickly.
Yeah. Now, Will Smith totally
that.
did that shit on. It had nothing to do with the joke. Will Smith was.
Yeah,
Well, he had his
that
own
part.
issue.
That part.
Yeah.
Right. You bring your own issues to the table, and then, yeah.
I hated it had to be Chris
We're going
Rock.
to talk about.
What did you say you were raised differently? What was that?
Well, I mean, like, all right. So one, I don't give a fuck about society and people's opinions about what I do as a man. Like, period. To protect my own, to like your opinion of it. Oh, that was a bit okay. This is my shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do what I got to do for my shit, me and mine. Period. And I was raised to certain stuff. Like, where I come from, we joke, we roast, we clown. Like, you gonna get it. You either have to learn how to laugh or learn how to fight. That's just the rules. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna say it, okay, you can say it, but just know that
This might be the result.
But you got to understand, we're at a context.
I wasn't raised in a sense to like, I've been fighting my whole life. If you talk it, no doubt, I can take it. So I'm like, hey, but at the same time, you from Chris Rock, you come to the stage to me, I used to box too. You're not going to feel like you can do that.
I don't think Chris Rock expected that.
He didn't expect it. He definitely didn't expect
But I
it.
know it's not a conversation, but
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So me, as far as looking at it to where, like, again, because I know it's deeper context than just what we saw and everything. Like, I feel like it was a conversation that happened before that. But I'm like, my thing to my cousins, my little nephews or cats that I'm raising, anytime you say something out your mouth, you should feel like I can beat this motherfucker's
I need
ass.
to be able to back this up in case
It's in the
something goes down.
Constitution. It's in the Constitution. What is the First Amendment? What is the First Amendment? You heard this before. It's the First Amendment. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Number two, I should have a gun too.
But that-
the
but see-
fact that shit, because somebody not gonna take it that right way.
I don't know if I should say this, but that whole First Amendment spiel is bullshit.
Right. It ain't none of this shit built for us anyway, which is why I don't give a fuck
No,
about what none of them motherfuckers think.
No, I mean when it
I'll
comes.
protect mine.
So I'm gonna say something real stupid and smart at the same time. When it comes to the First Amendment, it is really when you're talking about freedom of speech, it is against the government to petition the government and speak how you want to towards the government about shit that they do. The right to petition. It's not the freedom to talk to each other any old kind of way. Libel and shit like that exists for a reason. You can go to jail for hate speech. Like that's saying what you want to say. So the freedom of speech has nothing to do with how we talk to each other. It's about how we petition and talk.
It's
to
very
the
deep, but
government.
I'm too
But-
simple for that.
so
too many words to explain.
so I just say this, but it's all about context, which is the whole reason why I brought it up. He's at work. He's at a comedy show where he's making jokes about everybody in the crowd.
Yes, it's
So it's not like y'all are at Valero and some nigga walk, what's up, little bald headed ass bitch? Like that's a different conversation.
Yeah, but even think about that perspective. It's not just the Valero to us.
What do you mean?
That's their norm. Those shows, those things that they do,
That happens all the time.
No. Right. But so you think, again, like how you just compared it to a Valero. Something like that happened in the Valero. It's just regular people. Like that shouldn't happen in the Valero either. It's either a right thing or it's the wrong thing. Doesn't matter the location.
But that happens in those comedy shows all the time. Have you ever really? So we talk about how that was niggas don't really watch the Oscars. We don't really watch award shows.
Right, yeah,
Have
yeah,
you ever
yeah.
seen those award shows? Do you understand? Do you know how they talk to each other and the people in there? Like this is a regular thing. Like,
Yeah.
and it's funny to us. Like they do it so the audience could laugh. So context matters. If I'm at a comedy show, like how T.I. just recently got up and was a woman comedian was talking about T.I. right after this Will Smith and talking about his allegations for the sex thing with him and his wife that he was found innocent for, and she was making jokes about it when T.I. was in the audience. He got up and cussed out and basically stopped the whole show because of that. So the shit that Will Smith is doing, it's trickling down to other people, and now this is a very
Man, I wouldn't say that. I hate when that happens though. Like if something happens and we get to see something else, it's like I think all this stuff is unrelated. You know what I mean? I think definitely people ain't been getting slapped in the face enough times.
Now,
you know what I mean?
I was gonna say that.
I agree with that.
And like now all of a sudden, like Papa's home.
Yeah.
Now I'm slapping people now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
and-
I definitely that was gonna be my contribution, but you guys were doing a fantastic job. I didn't want to interrupt, but
You just had to note that, that you showed restraint.
I did. It was a double dutch moment. I'm gonna let them. Yeah. So, but no, I definitely agree. Some people should be popped in the mouth. Okay. Toxicity in relationship. I don't want to spend too much time on Will Smith. I'm still a Will Smith. I get jiggy with it all day.
Oh, no.
Miami.
I mean, you
all
don't
of
have
that.
to do that.
Yeah.
Music
at all.
All of the Will Smith. I'm cool.
At anything he did, you're gonna say you get jiggy
Get
with
jiggy
it.
with it. Nah, nah,
Out
nah,
of
nah,
all
nah,
the
nah,
movies he's
nah, nah,
done,
nah,
out of
nah,
his
nah.
good songs,
I mean,
out of his good songs,
Summertime.
parents
Parents
don't
just don't
understand.
understand.
All of them.
You started with Jiggy with it.
That's what I did. Is there a problem with that?
Yes.
You're gonna have to deal with it.
I mean, we know.
No, we're definitely gonna have to do with it, but
we-
yeah,
we
we're
know.
gonna
All right.
We know.
getting jiggy with it.
No, no, no,
Bienvenido
no,
a
no,
Miami.
That's nostalgic for me.
Oh, my
I don't care
God.
what you say. Nostalgia is beautiful.
We'll let you have it, man.
Yeah.
She
I ain't grow up where you grew up, so
Yeah, I know. Depravity is real.
she pays for her dating apps, guys.
whatever.
And her Spotify.
I actually am not, but I'm about to because it's an advertising platform. Man, you smart.
You that for free. Hey, that's free game.
I've
We're no
never
bullshit.
been on there
That's
before,
fact.
but I will now.
That's free game.
I love it.
I
I'm
appreciate
talking to you
it,
about
yeah.
some marketing ideas later.
I'm here.
Yeah, all right.
$3.99 an hour. So toxicity in relationships. So we had a conversation about this. We kind of didn't want to get into semantics about it. So the definition, I Googled it. Should I read this first one? Toxic relationship is one that makes you feel unsupportive, misunderstood, demeaned, or attacked. I can't read that glare.
Okay, so on a basic level, any relationship that makes you feel worse rather than better can become toxic over time. Toxic relationships can exist in just about any context, from the playground to the boardroom to the bedroom. Okay, so the problem I had with this is it said a toxic relationship is one that makes you feel unsupported, misunderstood, or demeaned. It makes you feel unsupported. So if
That's the thing that I have a problem
you
with.
two,
Feeling is
Yeah.
very subjective and
Right.
it's not real.
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm gonna tell y'all, I was a good wife. There's no doubt about that.
Every woman says.
So I don't care what other women
I'm not
say.
saying you're
This
wrong.
is not a question.
I'm gonna shut up.
I'm about as good as it gets.
I'm gonna shut up.
There are a lot of
I tried to tell you.
absolutely
Hey.
as good as it gets. So I don't care how he feels. I know what I did, so that's why I have an issue with the way that this one.
Now-
So if he were to
now-
call me toxic, that would be a major issue because that's an internal issue. Because this is not a question. You can poll many guys and
could?
talk about absolutely
What you
what
could?
women have.
You
Women,
don't say what women. 'cause
women.
There's a lot of them out there.
No,
that
no,
don't
no.
cook.
Women need to cook. This is not for debate.
Hold on. Say that
You
again.
must know how to cook. It's not a question.
Where does that come
There's a
from?
period there.
Where does that come from? I'm just trying to understand you.
Okay, so
you say that to say what?
I say that to say that back to biology again. We are nurturers naturally. That doesn't mean that gender roles cannot cross and that we can't do things differently. But naturally, there are some things that are just going to come naturally. I work with tools a lot. I do woodwork. But there are some times that I'm reaching up and the power drills it gets a little heavy. That's not going to happen to one of you. You're built differently. I'm built differently down low. You're built differently up high. Same thing when it comes to nurturing. Women nurture. Cooking, feeding. In my category, in my book, that's part of nurturing.
And be honest, you going back over there if she ain't got nothing to eat over there?
And he's
she
not
ain't gonna feed you.
He's not talking about my house. We just mean general.
Yeah, general.
Make sure.
Why do we have to point that out?
There's a lot of people listening.
Nobody.
I just want to make.
They
Didn't
know
I just
these
tell you
jokes.
I don't
They
like
know
to be
there's nothing going
misunderstood? So I
know-
like clarity.
You don't have.
I'm being clear.
They understand.
You don't know what people understand.
You said that eyebrow.
You don't know what people understand.
Her right eyebrow just came
People
up.
like to connect
did.
dots that aren't there.
Her right
So
eyebrow.
if I overspeak and you
And she's
listen,
slowing down. Did you
then
notice? Did you
you
see
get-
that she slowed
Her-
down?
her
And
right
if
eyebrow.
I over speak.
Her right eyebrow changed octaves.
I'm telling you.
Her right eyebrow changed octaves, sir. You gonna keep on? Hey, yes, I understand. Not
ridiculous.
you. We're talking about in general. I get it.
I had
get
to
it.
zoom in on that one. I had to get that eyebrow, man.
That right eyebrow changed octaves so goddamn quick.
Look, his facial expression changed. Ooh.
I do not like to be misunderstood.
Those
Yeah, you do not.
you and your eyebrow heard.
Yes.
Got it.
Ooh.
So he said, if a woman at a woman's house, he said, would you go back over there if she?
Yeah, if she's not feeding you, if you know you're not going to eat good.
I mean, it all context matters. It all depends what I'm there for.
I mean, you don't mean like this one time.
I'm
right?
talking about you. No, yeah, I'm talking about like a relationship.
general.
If you were even considering this,
I've
person,
I've always cooked in every relationship I've been in.
no, I mean,
Which
I
is
dig that.
fine, but he's asking you a different question.
No, I wouldn't mind. Like
Oh,
if you-
it wouldn't bother you if she didn't cook.
no, if she didn't cook or if she had nothing in her, like we can cook together. I can.
If she cannot,
if she can't, I'm fine.
you're fine with that. Okay, that's what I wanted to get. So you're fine with that. I'm not fine with that. I'm not dating women, but I just personally believe there are certain things you should cover, and it's all good. I
Who else
love
you
the
be going
fact.
to and they don't be having no food,
Oh man, I've been to a lot of women's houses and they're refrigerated.
and you go over there on the regular.
Huh?
You go over there on the regular.
Well, he doesn't mind
Yeah, no. I mean, again, I was in there for
for a different reason. So
Yeah.
okay, so
But
let's
that's-
change
but that
it
ain't
up.
what we talking about.
That's
That's
not.
what I'm saying.
So we're not.
So I
talking,
can't-
so
so
from
I
a
can't speak-
relationship.
I
you
can't
know,
speak on it in that. So I've been to someone's house who had food in, and I ate nothing that was in their food. They're on a different diet regimen than I'm on.
That's the same thing.
So,
It's
like,
what
I-
happened.
So let's back it up.
You know what I mean?
So from a not just getting booty,
Yeah.
you're not chasing tail. If you were interested in, the qualities that someone can bring on a relationship level, would it matter to
That's
you?
not a quality of mine.
Okay, you don't care.
Yeah,
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure that we understood each other.
Yeah, no.
It's cool. I love a man that can cook. Absolutely love it. But at the same time, I don't need a man to cook for me.
Yeah.
And I think that's a
Well,
problem.
You know, I actually prefer my food over other people's that I've had.
Dang.
So
Hey man, nobody.
not. I mean, again,
no, everybody can't cook though.
Well, I know everybody can't.
Well,
But
and then some people can cook, but they can't. You know.
and it's okay. I'm not saying that everybody
It's
knows
warm.
how to cook well. Maybe that's a misunderstanding.
but I can cook pretty good, so I'm not going to take somebody else's mediocre shit.
And I'm fine, and that's cool. You know, I get that. However, just so I'm not misunderstood, I still think that every woman should be able to cook. You shouldn't be ordering out. That's the point.
See,
you don't need to rely on ordering out. You should be able to cook. You may not like it. You may not be into flavors like that, but you shouldn't have to rely on a man or ordering out to feed your face.
Where I'm different than you, and I understand exactly what you're saying, right? You think there's some things that a woman needs to come to the table with, hands down. And you're talking about nurturing, cooking, cooking being a part of nurturing. I don't think that there's things that people should come to the table with at all. I think that, you should be a complete person in your own right, but I don't think something like cooking is something that will be a deal breaker for me.
You ain't seen what I seen.
You gotta eat every day.
No, but I've ate every day before I met her. Like,
But that's you're saying because you cook. You're just saying you don't require that.
for me. It's not a
Right,
deal
right.
because I'm going to be okay. So when it comes to me finding someone that I want to be with, I'm more interested in when we talk. Will you understand me? Can we have a normal conversation without arguing? Can I joke with you and be petty and funny with you without you taking it to another extent? Can I make fun of your high octave eyebrow and it just be just that and not taken to a personal level? You know what I mean? To where it's like I'm like this asshole jerk. I want to be able to have fun and comfort at home, you know. So that I understand how you feel about it, but I'm saying what I'm saying because I just think completely different.
Right.
About that. I don't think there's anything that's not a deal breaker. That's not a non-negotiable.
Cool. That's cool. That works. That's fine. And I like it from your perspective and the fact that you're not waiting on a woman to cook for you because that shouldn't happen either.
Well, you have to understand. I have 2 kids of my own.
Yeah, but I mean, just in general. I mean, it's just the idea of whether you're male or female, you should know how to get in the kitchen and cook. You shouldn't be relying on ordering out or finding somebody that can cook.
And that's the basis of your
That's
conversation.
the basis of what I'm saying. Like when you're checking what you need in a relationship, you should be able to cook already.
Any
So
kind of a
that should be a bonus.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway.
No, I get what you, and I think there's a lot of things that people don't consider. Like I've, like cooking. Again, that's not to get on niggas. That's just minor. But there's things that people as adults don't have natural. Like there's some very irresponsible ass people out there. Like just very fucking irresponsible. There's a lot of people out there that
uneducated, don't know better. Nobody taught them how to do.
And I don't understand an adult that tells me that they don't know something. And I always tell them, like, we have the smartest thing in the palm of our hand. There's no fucking reason why you should ever tell me that you don't know, or I can't find the number, or I don't know how to get this information. Or at this point, you just don't want to. And there's no reason why I should be solving and figuring out all these problems for you as if I don't have my own laundry list of shit to do on my own. I don't want to be with someone to where they're a liability.
Yeah. Well, this is, again, why I came back to what a relationship means to someone. Because, I mean, some people think of a relationship and it's like, okay, we got our own things going on and we just happen to coexist and we can kind of tie our stuff in every once in a while, but you do your thing, I do my thing. But I'm like, if you're looking at it from an aspect from kings and queens or what a relationship should be, I'm trying to build in the first place. So that whole cohesiveness, us being able to laugh and do all that stuff, and me being able to cook, because sometimes I'm going to need you to do that. Like, we are trying to build something together. And just like anything that we're trying to do, we need a team to do it. Yeah. We haven't done anything successfully without a team right now. So relationship is the same thing. In my perspective, like I want somebody who can help me. Whatever I'm trying to do, we're going to build and we're going to do this.
Yeah. So, I think about relationships naturally before you add romantic elements to it is teamwork. So, I think about if I were in a relationship, the first thing I think about is working together as a team. You should be able to do a lot of those things without toxicity or whatever in the relationship and be able to cover different parts. So when it comes to like gender roles and stuff like that, where do y'all sit on, women should be doing this, cover this, and men should be doing this?
I'll answer it. I think when it comes to gender roles, that they shouldn't exist in a sense. I think there's some things that let me rephrase that. I'm okay with gender roles, whatever you have. I think men should do something. I think this is a man thing, and I think this is a woman thing. But I don't criticize or think down upon a woman who does men shit and men that do woman shit. I like margaritas. I like bitch drinks. Sugar on the rim, umbrella, straw. That's my shit. I like Miami Vices. I like mimosas. I have my pinky out and everything. I like those drinks.
I should invite you to my tea party that I have coming up.
I'd go. Shit. Okay. Cool. Time and date, please.
Okay.
But I like shit like that. I like a good rom-com, right? I like shit like that. I like good entertainment, right? It's not a man thing or a woman thing, and if it is, then there's some things I like that just women like. I'm on board with that.
You hear that, ladies? He likes rom-coms.
But I think everyone really does. Like, there's not really too many rom-coms that are bad. Like growing up, so Sandra Bullock, that was my girl, right? And I like Hugh Grant and Jude Law. Those are my guys growing up. They're on TBS.
You don't know nothing about that, do you?
They're on TBS
from South Carolina.
Maybe.
I would say that too, South Carolina. You don't know about that shit.
I mean, if y'all weren't from San Antonio, I'd be insulted, but y'all don't know no better. So
no, I'm just joking. But I like those movies, like the and even on the blacks, like the Love Joneses and like just all those movies. Like I like those movies, and And again, that's considered a bitch thing. I don't want to drink beer. Give me a fucking margarita. Do I want salt? No, give me sugar, sir. like that's the shit that I do. You know what I mean? Give me a beer. I'm licking like licking the hell out the top and chasing it. You know what I mean? But that's just me, right? And I think it's cool if a woman. I'm attracted to a woman that knows her way around a tool shed. I work with tools. I do remodeling. You know, if I come home and I have a friend and she'll she'll need something fixed, and she'll be like, man, I need to get this fixed. I'm like, fuck, I go over to the house and it's fixed. A whole shelf is put up. A whole, floor is tiled and grouted all by herself. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like penis is hard right now. Like that's what's up. You know what I mean? So I don't think there should be. I think in a relationship, there's shit that needs to get done.
I mean, and then at the same time, yeah, definitely building, because sometimes within that you have to be careful. In a relationship, a friendship, that would be okay, right? But if there are certain qualities a man brings to a table, and every man is good at different things. True. We're individuals. Like you're handy. It's a lot of motherfuckers not handy. You know what I mean? So but there's some who are handy and they're not good at nothing else. So he come home and then you done got everything built up. No, I don't need like shit.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah, like you know what I mean? So I'm just saying, so like that type of thing is, I'm just saying something to be conscious of. And again, that's still internal.
Yeah.
It's for that individual to deal with. But like in a relationship, that is some shit to like really think about, like for real.
Well, at that point, that's when you have to look at yourself and be like, what I'm like, I want to be better than you, right? Like I want to be the best that I can be. I don't want to just be good at one or two things. I want to make sure I am presenting myself and I am the best I can be at everything that I need to be good at, to the point to where like I'm a good catch in a sense. Not just am I a good catch, but I'm not reliant and dependent on anyone. So therefore, that means the person that I'm with won't be reliant and dependent on anything either. Right? So that, again, like you said, it's internal. So if you're someone that is just good at building shit and you're with a woman that can build shit, then you better learn another hobby. You better figure this shit out, because you have to pull your weight as well. I think people, when it talks about growth and shit, I think people are good with what they're at, but they're not willing to learn other shit.
But at the same time, some people don't have that.
Which is fine, which is why I'm not fucking with them.
Right. Yeah.
And they're not even part of the conversation, which is, it's a moot point to me. Like, why I wouldn't even talk about those people. If you're that type of person that is good where you're at, like
no. I'm not saying good what you're at. I'm talking about good at what, like, all right, so you have creative minds. Okay. Jack of all trades. You know what I mean? Master of none, but jack of all trades, better than master of one. People could do just about anything and be successful, be good at it. Then you have some people who like, man, I'm just
good at that.
Yeah. Or these 2-3 things. And then some people are just creative in it. But like, that's like the yin and the yang, you know what I mean? So like, I can't look at somebody because you're not on the same creative space as me that you can't be a part of.
I can.
Well, you can. You can.
I mean, anything I can, like, and I will. Like I understand what I bring to the table, and I also need to understand that you need to match my energy or beat it, right?
That doesn't always equal balance.
You need to match my energy or beat it.
That doesn't equal balance.
You need to match. I get what you're saying.
It doesn't equal balance.
And like you said, everyone is different. I'm understanding, and it's okay if you can't, right? You're not a bad person because you can't, right? You're not even a horrible person because you can't. I just know that if I'm working hard to be whatever it is I want to be, I know exactly what I'm looking for, right? I want you to match my energy or beat it. I want to grow as well. I don't want
So you don't care about support or any of that?
But see, I think support, and that's the thing. You can have, like, so tangent conversation. When we talk about men, most people, think, define a man by our aggression, right? Our ability to protect. No one ever really understands that men are also nurturing. Men can also care. Men can also support in a very,
if they're taught,
but we can. That's the thing, though, right? Yeah. But no one ever. Just like women can be protectors and women can be if they need to, right? Mama bear, they always talk about. So the thing is like there's some basics that you need. If you don't have support and understanding, again, you're not even in the conversation, right? So if I'm talking about things like that, the prerequisites, so to speak, that support, nurturing, and that all that other stuff, trust and loyalty, that should be there.
Yeah, so I guess I'm trying to see how you're saying if you have such and such and so many different things going on, like how does that translate to somebody being able to sit down and understand you? Because you were saying before, like I want somebody who can understand me. I can laugh, but I can do all that. That person doesn't have to be as creative as you.
But it's not. You don't have to be as creative as me, but you have to have the ability and the want to, I guess, expand where you're at. Does that make sense?
But it could be mentally that, and so that wouldn't even show physically. So what if it's something like that? Like I can't do as many things as you do.
No.
But I can still understand them and hold conversations with you about them.
So, charge? Okay. So, and that's the thing. It's not so much about when it comes to like I don't know how to explain it. I don't really care so much about you not being on the same level when it comes to the task that I accomplish or the task that I do, right? Of course, I want you to bring your own situation to the table, right? I want you to be able to provide whatever it is that you provide, right? But I also want you to
we wouldn't have
You
Michael
saying match my energy?
We wouldn't have
Basically type
we wouldn't
shit,
have
right?
Michael Jackson in the Jackson 5 if that I mean like
But-
so
I don't. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't hear a talent level. I hear
Yeah, just your ability to want to grow and better yourself. You don't have to be good at the exact same task, but if you want to pick up gardening, I don't garden, but if you want to do gardening, if you want to learn other stuff and grow yourself in the same capacity that I want to grow, it doesn't have to be in the same avenue. It doesn't have to be in the same lane. It just has to be something.
you want to grow. So you want something.
It just
for
has
yourself.
to
You
be
want
something. It has. I have to know that you have the ability to Google shit and figure shit out. Just as I have the ability to Google shit and figure shit out.
Yeah.
So-
That's at least that's what I'm hearing. It's matching
That's
the
what-
energy, and
Yeah.
I know you're very community, community oriented. That's important to you and building the community. And I don't know if you were able to hear that, and maybe it sounded singling it out, but at least that's how I'm getting is match the energy of what you're bringing to the table.
and for the most part, like I'm asked to get a deep explanation of understanding what because there's perspective.
You're my translator, though.
Yeah. But I got to get in your head. I got to no. Because for me, it's it. All right, I'm very visual. So when you say something, I take your words and I'm picturing it, and I'm like, so I'm gonna ask more questions,
Right, so
until
you
the
can
picture looks
understand it,
right.
right.
Yeah, but and I like that. That's the whole point of trying to understand instead of saying, nigga, you're wrong. Just trying to understand what I'm saying before you be like, nigga, you're wrong.
Yeah.
So and that's all it is. It's just I can't stand a lazy motherfucker that doesn't want to put forth effort and energy to do something with themselves.
I got you on
Right.
that.
Like you don't have to match my do, just
match.
do.
Yeah.
Right. I got you.
Fucking do.
Yeah, I got you.
I definitely talking about what y'all have, and everybody has their own passions and what drives them and everything like that. So before we wrap up and everything, I'd like to talk a little bit more about what we do. There was one more question I didn't get a chance to ask.
What was it? We don't have to answer.
I was looking for the segue because we got off of it and I wanted to come back.
What was it?
It's a matter of when you were talking about the females in your family, and I think you were saying that they're the ones that hoe around or something like that. In that regard,
She just called my aunties whores.
She
I
did.
mean, well,
Hey, I'm one of them women in that family. I mean,
but you're here, and he was like,
She goes both
them.
ways.
He was like a
Animals,
them.
all that shit.
That was it. What? What did you
She
say?
likes guys, girls, anal. She does all that shit.
Don't be talking about your cousin like that.
listen, he thinks he knows my life.
She's had
Right.
this conversation.
Don't worry, I got a mystic. Some walking around here somewhere. She'll let me know.
So what was the question? I'm sorry.
Just when it comes to the behaviors, we talked about cheating and everything like that. When it comes to behaviors of what men do and what women do, what do you think that women are naturally a certain way? We talked about possible nurturing and different things, and then they are the way they are now due to damage? Or do you think they're doing what they want to do? Do you think people are people? It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman.
That narrative that they are because of relationships or whatever damage is just, for one, lack of accountability. I look at it like that. A lot of the shit that women go through, if we're going to sit here and not pretend like they have no reason and no play into why they're going through a lot of the shit, then we'd really be not showing any accountability on their side. There's a lot of accountability we hold. And we should. Y'all do too. Y'all just don't. as a group. That's how I feel about that. And when it comes to what did you say, nurturing?
Well, it was just an example as to how women would normally be a certain way, but they get harder, or they do things more in the character of a man because of what they've been through or certain experiences or whatever. But they weren't naturally like that, but they become like that due to their experiences or how they were treated.
And I think y'all are selfish. I've always said that.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
I always said that.
What do you mean by that?
These women are very, and like, it's not to a woman's fault, right? It's the way society is designed to always take care of a woman, open the door for a woman, pay for a woman, make sure she's okay. Happy wife, happy life. It's always catering. Again, society treats men better, but it caters to a woman.
Yeah.
And with that being said, women have this over sense of self-worth, right? Mother's Day as opposed to Father's Day. A woman's birthday compared to a man's birthday.
Hell, Valentine's Day.
Gifts given to a woman as opposed to a man. Anniversaries as opposed to what a man gets. Like, y'all have this big, huge sense of self-worth that is bullshit to me. And it's very detrimental to a relationship. And a lot of this over self-worth that women has, if you think about arguments that relationships have, it is because of that over sense of self-worth.
I feel like we could have started with that because there's a lot of places to go, and I don't think there's time for that. Because when you say self-worth, I think that's an issue in itself of self-worth with women. Now, I don't know if these are examples where according to what you're saying, that would be outside of the norm. But, if you have a certain self-worth, then why do we end up in these scenarios? So I guess I'm confused.
I was going to say that you use over like 7 times and you weren't paying attention to her eyebrow at all. I was just like, oh shit. I'm trying to find your foot under the table like this motherfucker. You said 7 times? Shut the fuck up. He's not paying any attention.
I was in my bag. I apologize. I was in my zone. I was blinders.
Oh, it's okay. I mean,
it's a thing. Like, and again, I don't blame women for it because that's the way society has set it up. You know what I mean? So it's like, you get a lot of the times when relationships, women again are 70% of divorces. They're the ones that are filing divorces, not men going through it. Men are designed, quote unquote, and I don't want to speak for all men, but to stick through it. Right? How many times do you hear about a man having to go sleep on the couch because a woman sleep on the couch because she pissed him off? Yeah. How many times? How many times?
This is very interesting. I really feel like there's a lot there. I just don't want to. I don't want to dig.
Well, we have a whole thing on Saturday, so this will be for Saturday.
We'll save some.
How many times do you hear about a man holding out on sex because she didn't do something?
And they're gonna be.
But I just don't see how that supports the argument of selfish, because that's more back to how we're made.
That's exactly what it is.
No, I'm talking about men and women, men versus women. If you're talking about a man holding sex, that's not even the same argument as a woman.
But it is selfish. The thing is that we allow that. That's the thing, though. Like, it is, again, I'm not saying it's y'all's fault. I get it. Us and society's created it.
Right.
But we've created something.
I hear you. I don't think we have time for that. I would love to talk more with you about it.
I can't wait to
bring the doctors. Bring the doctors into this conversation.
Yeah, in fact, you're interviewing one of the doctors tomorrow.
I am. Is she cute?
She's married.
What that got to do? We're trying to get more people. We're trying to get more people to come to the thing, right? I'm talking about marketing.
That was a business conversation. Nobody wants to see an ugly person talking about relationships.
You don't, because I'm not talking to you.
Dr. Nancy is actually poly. It wouldn't matter if she's married. P-A-U-L-E-Y? Poly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So troll ass looking ass over here on stage talking about relationships. It's your goofy looking ass.
Hey, that's his POF. That's his POF right there.
Oh,
that's that marketing.
Swamp rat looking ass. That's a good question. I don't want to see no ugly, goofy looking ass.
Is that a disclaimer in the relationship? Like, look, first of all, your advice has to be, your look determines how much we gonna consider what the fuck you got to say.
You fucked anybody this decade? Who have you fucked this decade? Let me see your resume.
No, because it always be people who you like. You do not have them kind of problems. That's not why he left.
No,
Not why he left. No.
that is not what happened.
I think this just went over my head just a little bit. I don't know how you got there. When
The rating scheme. I don't want no 5 give me no advice on relationships. They got whole other issues.
But why? How did you get there? When I said you're interviewing a doctor,
He asked if she was cute.
See,
But-
how were you not following it? You took it there.
I didn't know. I did not. I didn't take it there. I'm trying to let you know.
You opened up the
Let-
door.
My apologies. I wasn't paying
I did
attention to
open
the
up the door.
eyebrow.
You opened the door.
I did open the
I
door.
wasn't paying attention to the
I did
eyebrow.
open
I
the door.
apologize. That's on me, brother.
That's
That was
that's why
on me.
nobody goes see WNBA play. That was a jab.
Wow.
Bing, 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 bing. Hey, I go see him play all the time. I get down low for $20. Damn, like 5th row.
Wow. That wasn't a plug, was it?
I'm not touching that.
Yeah. I got daughters.
The views of Damian Chandler do not reflect
There you go.
the views
Hey, hit
of-
my button. Hit my button.
Bro, what are you talking about,
No.
man?
No, it's only entertainment. Come on, hit that button.
It's only entertainment.
Thank you. That's my button. I say a lot off the wall. Remember, it's only entertainment.
Okay. All right. So anyway, like I was saying, I know you.
When was the last WNBA game you went to? You, sir?
I don't go to
No, but
any
I
of
went
them.
to a lot of women's college.
I don't go to any
basketball
games, men or women.
No
when it comes
bullshit
to
aside,
basketball.
just to defend myself, because I need to be defending myself right now. I think women college basketball is way better than men's college basketball. I have 2 daughters that are in basketball, and I will not let them watch men play basketball.
What? You don't want them ruined?
Well, I don't know. I seen this chick dunk yesterday, so I after today, I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with you. It don't matter. It's the same thing now.
But it's not dunking. It's just the fundamentals. Like, men are going to play sports based on the athletic ability. So when you have that athletic ability, you can get away with a lot of shit. Whereas women, if you want to, any coach will tell you, if you want to learn how to play basketball, watch a women's college game.
Really?
The fundamentals.
Their fundamentals is there.
Nice.
And you can't learn by some guy jumping from the free throw line. Like,
Right.
you just can't teach that.
Right.
You can't teach someone doing crazy shots because they can get up a Ja Morant. You know, you can't teach that. But a good set shot, good passes, that's where you're going to learn. So I'm a
Yeah.
big WNBA fan.
That was a nice recovery.
Curiosity is my...
Wouldn't
that-
be necessary if he did shit.
if I shut the fuck up. Down in Curiosity, that's I think Down in Curiosity, right? She's my favorite.
Okay, nice.
She's cold.
I can't tell you anything about that. I don't watch any sports at all.
I
WNBA.
thought y'all was all about supporting each other. And just
No, I don't watch any men or women. I'm not interested anymore.
now we.
I just
Support
have-
the WNBA.
I do
It's a
want to
good
go
league.
see. Yeah, that's
It's actually a really good league.
Yeah, very good.
You like to see what? What you're gonna say? You
I
like
want to go to a soccer game. I've never been to a soccer game before.
Football.
Football, yes.
What side of town do you stay on?
Actually, I'm right by the stadium. It's no excuse why I've never gone. I'm just now at this phase in my life where I'm doing all the stuff I really want to do coming out of marriage. Not
Wait,
to
they
say
have,
that
like,
that would
real
have stopped
soccer?
me from going to a soccer
We
game.
have a whole professional team down the street that
Yeah.
plays 2
Well,
miles,
he
3
just
miles
got
down the
here.
road.
Cut him some slack. So
Games are exciting.
Y'all don't
Yeah.
talk. Nobody talks to nobody. I'm in the streets. I gotta walk up to people, say hello. Don't nobody speak around here.
come on,
Like
man.
old New York or something.
Come on,
Racism does
dude.
exist.
Like really,
Racism.
it might be your friend's hat.
Every one of my friends that I have, I walked up to. Hey, how you doing? And
People
started
do
it.
talk to people. What are you
Yeah,
talking
after
about?
I walk up to them.
You look like that nigga that just died from The Wire. That's kind of what it is. You look very intimidating.
I
thought you
wearing a friend's hat and a SpongeBob shirt.
You-
Come on.
That's
How
the-
much
we
more
doing
friendly
that?
does he have to be?
That's why he wears it.
He's
That's the
a
costume.
friendly guy with a great smile and a friend's hat. He's trustworthy because he's wearing friends.
But see, that's the costume you got to put on to look so you won't look
He's
like
doing a
the nigga from The Wire.
job.
You look like that nigga that just died.
Hey,
from
just
The
so
Wire.
y'all know, I'm very reserved right now. I'm trying to maintain footage.
Brandy,
I'm-
does
I'm
he
a
not
dude.
look like that nigga from The Wire with that scar on his forehead?
You talking about
Minus
Omar?
the scar. Yeah, Omar. What's his real name?
I didn't watch The Wire.
I mean,
sorry.
but he's dead now, so you should know his name.
I don't know
I
either.
don't know.
I
I'm
can't.
sorry.
You've never heard what I just said. Don't
can't
lie to me.
co-sign.
No. Since I've been in San Antonio, I've been getting a bunch of different people.
What?
That's actually the first.
Really?
Yeah.
In any city, that was the first. The
was
Omar.
first.
He said any city.
Well, he said when he got to San Antonio to get different.
You were really convinced he looks like this dude.
You don't think so?
It's the first time I've heard it.
Who do you get? It's a side profile.
Man, I've gotten Arsenio Hall. I've gotten Eddie
don't
Murphy. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've gotten so many.
I see more Arsenio than Eddie.
I can see more Arsenio.
Yeah, who else?
Just not saying you look like Arsenio. I'm just saying I can see that. Let me shut up.
Mind you, he's in San Antonio. Every black person looks the same.
No.
Right.
Like Idris Elba. You know, you kind of resemble little Steph Curry to me. Little Steph. little Steph. I mean, you look a little Stephish right now, man. Little Drake and Dr. Dre. I don't know.
Oh my God.
This is San Antonio. You have to understand.
Yeah.
You seen one Negro, you seen them all.
Oh, anyway, I think he has an amazing personality, amazing charisma. I'm glad he's the MC on Saturday.
Smells good.
He smells good. He smells good. So, I'm excited about
Delicious.
creating different. I ain't calling no grown man to this.
Hey, yo, D. D dog.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Being irresponsible, sir. No, but anyway, that's I'm glad that we did this and we're doing this on Saturday, and it'll be a lot. It'll be short. It'll be structured and everything, and I'll help you keep the time and everything.
I
like
help you
that.
keep the time. Is that something you tell all the black men that hold? Like, what? My punctuality is not going to.
I'll help you keep the time and,
you
and
can just
everything.
hand me a piece of paper.
I'll
I can
hand you
read.
the piece of paper so you can
Light your
focus.
Right.
So you can focus on that wonderful energy that you're able to have and that charisma that you can bring to the stage and to the audience. That's where I want your magic to come from.
So everyone that is just tuning in right now, what are we talking about? What
We're
is
talking
going down?
about the love, sex, dating discussion.
Erica for senator, man. I swear to God, this motherfucker's good.
That girl good. Good and terrible.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm voting. I'm voting.
City council,
I
right?
can't even get it out.
I don't even what the
Hush.
fuck you running for.
For District 2.
Here's your sticker.
God damn.
We're talking about the love, sex, dating discussion panel, and we were here talking about love, sex, and dating. And I'm glad to have the opportunity to talk to you guys. And I think it's very important for people to talk about love, sex, and dating. Relationships is something that we all deal with, and we all seem to want on some romantic level. And so it's important because they don't cover it in school. They don't take the time to give you good tips, and we're just learning as we go. So I'm creating these platforms for us to be able to have these types of conversations and be able to level with each other. Y'all got me crying over here laughing.
So the eyebrow, man.
Anyway, so I'm glad, to be able to work with y'all and the doctors that are going to be there and upstage. And I'm very blessed to be in a position to be able to meet wonderful people. And as I've been working on a lot of projects and rebranding some of the things that I've been passionate about for a long time. So it's an exciting time for me. So like I said, I'm pretty split. I like to do events, and I want to remain approachable in my career and my business as I invest in real estate. Some of the things I want to do is have a little more workshops in the community about stopping foreclosure and air property and people losing their houses because of taxes and all that. So these are some of the passions that I have. And today we just happen to talk about this particular type of event. If you follow me on all platforms, The Erica Powers, then you can find more information on a lot of the events. I also have a mother-daughter tea party coming up on Mother's Day. I have 2 sessions, one for adult mothers and daughters and one for moms with younger children.
Can daddies go?
I can let you go. I
Wow,
actually
God
wait. I
damn.
stuttered a lot.
That was
Hold
hard.
on, let me clean it up.
That was hard.
Let me clean it up.
Nigga, no. Just say that. I would appreciate that.
No, let me clean it up because I stuttered a lot. The reason why I stuttered is because I hadn't had that question before. I think it would be beautiful if you went. I didn't market it as such. And there's actually a lot of my events are woman centered because that's what I know and understand. And I'm passionate about places that I've come from and things that I've struggled through and learned. And I want to push certain messages out there. And like I said, I have 4 girls. However, if I can learn what it is that you guys need, I understand that I do have a gift and a passion for creating different events. I would love for you to join us. I think you'd have a great time. It's going to be at the Howard House downtown. 100-year-old house, it would be a great opportunity. So if you have girls, I would love it. And I'm sure all the ladies would love that too, because we love to see that type of thing.
The only reason why I want to go is, for one, is because, I have 2 daughters, of course, 11 and 13. And I want to pit them around other good examples of women, because I can't be that example for them. 2, I just brought it up because just like women do on Father's Day, shout out to all the women out there that are doing the roles of a father. So I'm gonna do it. Shout out to all the niggas out there that's doing the role of a mother. We out here just balling, doing our thing. Fuck Mother's Day, just about the fathers out here. So since y'all feel like y'all can take over,
I don't agree with that.
Me neither.
Yeah. So
but since y'all can take over Father's Day, I'm gonna feel like I'm going there.
No, I'm saying
Take over. Like, fuck y'all mothers. Father.
Yeah.
Girl, dad. Hashtag.
I mean, as
jokes. Entertainment button, please. I need it.
It's only entertainment.
That makes everything I just said wrong.
There you go. It is like the MIB light. I do feel better. I do feel like, okay. Yeah,
all right, it's all fine.
That's good.
No, I think that's a great idea, and I don't. As much as my ex is a jerk to me, he's a real jerk to me. I still really push and encourage.
That came from somewhere.
You saw the eyebrows.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's paused.
That's the first time she closed her eyes like that.
Man.
Like that was,
She stressed
Y'all
out.
don't understand.
man.
I have to close again.
I plan.
Still close.
I can't even say what I plan on doing after
I
the
know.
course is
Yeah,
over.
no.
But
Hey.
anyway, but I
Statute of limitations.
still
I'm fucking your grandfather. I'm fucking your grandfather.
You don't have to say anymore. Let it go. Change something. I hold no parts of that.
Your great grandpappy's getting this pussy.
That look, whatever it is gonna be bad.
I'm busting everywhere. Goddamn.
Man, don't say it. Don't say it.
She didn't confirm nor deny the message that I just made. So.
That's that hard conversation when you with your homeboys and you know what she did to him. You just be like, damn, man.
I'm plugging everything.
Oh, man. Shit. She ain't had to do you like that.
I'm going on a spree, goddamn it. Where your best friend at?
why do I come back to sex every time?
Hey,
Why?
Why your best?
There are other things.
You went somewhere, Raven, when you zoned out, your eyes rolled in the back of your head, and you got to talk. But he is a jerk.
I did not.
He
He
is. He is.
I didn't even finish my point.
Like you start floating and shit.
I found it for you. It's okay.
What the fuck is going on? Don't
My
talk
point
about that.
was-
Hey, whatever his name is, don't talk about him no more.
His great granddad like, huh?
This
What
shit
you gonna
start
do?
Floating in the
What you gonna do, baby?
jerk.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my god, y'all ridiculous. My point was, as
Better
much
kill
as
that old
he's
man.
a jerk to me, I still encourage him to be a dad to his kids and them to have a relationship with him. So I don't agree with the whole forget we're gonna wash out Father's Day and all. No, there's Mother's Day and there's Father's Day. So let's leave it at that. So men don't take over Mother's Day and women don't take over Father's Day.
They've already tried to. You can't go back and say you can't. Don't. They've done it.
Yeah, y'all sound like white people
Still
talking to black people about don't come in like y'all have been bucking with us all these years. Now
we're
we got a
talking
few
about it
rowdy
today.
motherfuckers.
So anyway,
Stop
but yes,
taking over Father's Day.
It would
woman.
be great if you did come to the tea party. I think that's a beautiful idea. And then I know that you have an event coming up on Wednesday.
On
actually.
Wednesday, 420. Anybody smoking? CBD.
420 is already coming.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, 420.
My iPhone, I can do like this, and it comes
It
up.
came
that's not
on.
an iPhone.
Nah, but the time
Excuse
comes.
me.
Not that it just comes the time and all that.
You
stuff comes up.
clicked it. Leave my phone.
I had hit
on.
like 4 times. That's
You
cool.
weren't supposed to click it that many times. It likes my touch. I know how to touch it. Thank you. Leave my phone alone.
Hey, look, hey, man,
I'm not gonna
I
take
swear to
that
God, I'm
comment
being
nowhere.
so reserved right now.
I'm not gonna take that
Like,
comment
I don't know what kind
anywhere.
of show this is, right? I don't,
And it
I'm
comes
not
on.
taking that comment. It's coming on. Yeah, I see.
I'm waiting for
I'm
one
not
of you to
taking
say
that
something.
comment anywhere. Like you've. That's how proper she is. I feel bad. She's setting it up, and I just want to knock that shit out. But it's like
look,
she's so proper. She wouldn't even get it. I say something crazy. She's like, oh.
she gonna flip it anyway, regardless. She gonna flip it.
She on flip. All right.
I'm sorry. Let me stop.
I'm trying to talk about your event on Wednesday.
I spoke at CBD 420.
Where is
Puff,
it?
Puff. You ain't gonna do it. You gonna
Where is it?
2003 Austin Highway. It is the Puff Puff Pass Extravaganza.
Oh, you on Austin Highway? That's a good place to hang
Yeah,
up.
yeah. So we got the vendors gonna be out there on the strip. We got some live music. We have some comedians. We have the Mac in the building. We have the Rosales brothers in the building. Jay Scott, comedian's been doing around, coming from Houston In Austin, we have a nice little open mic and some poetry. Sacred Fantasy be in the building. It's gonna be pretty dope, man.
This is a real event. This ain't just no like niggas getting together.
Nah, brother. I'm so Simply CBD Remedy. That's the name of the CBD shop.
So it's at the shop.
It's at the shop. The whole shop in front of the shop. We're gonna have all the vendors and everything. We get your food, people selling oils and different things like that. Different CBD shops will be lined up there.
You have flyers and stuff for that you have?
It's on Eventbrite. I think I sent the link. Did you get the link?
Did, and I did not send it.
Send it to me. Send it to me.
I was worried about a woman being able to cook for me. I need to be worried about whether she gonna get my emails, and so I can be properly represented when I come do a show.
Yeah, I'll take all of that.
I want to take that somewhere so bad. Oh,
it's not my show. It's her show. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm so proud of
I
you.
apologize.
I'm growing.
I'm so proud.
I apologize for not
Hashtag
giving
growth.
him for not emailing him your flyer. Even though I asked you, what would you like us to show?
If you
I did not email
say
the flyer.
TRV, I'm about to say .com. Instagram, say TRV.
Say it again. Spell it out.
SAY TRV. All of the events that we have between the collective of comedians and poets and musicians in the city that we deal with, we'll be posting stuff on our Instagram. If you follow anything of mine, you're going to be in touch with every single one of them.
Man, and one thing I'll say, support these local comedians.
Man.
And the only reason why I said it is because they're actually fucking funny.
They are, man. Look, it's a cat named the Mac. When I tell you, the funniest dude I've seen in a long time. Just naturally, he's something to make. He's something different.
I think I've seen, what is it, little black dude?
Yeah.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Ain't nobody blacker than Mac.
I know exactly who you're talking
See
about. Man, support, like, there's so Upstage Comedy Lounge is a place that I have been dealing with, right? I've been trying to do business and we've grown a great relationship with, right? It's so much talent in this city. And it needs to be supported, and it's like it's its own community, and it's crazy because it has its own vibe, and it's not just black comedians. It's all Jeremy Brown, I think is his name. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
white boy's funny as fuck.
No, Jeremy Jonas.
Is that his name?
It's like a doctor.
No,
Jeremy Brown.
Jeremy Jonas also. He's the doctor, white doctor. He's just
that's my
corny,
dude.
funny as fuck, like super funny. He's a whole doctor too.
Yeah, like,
but Jeremy Brown is a teacher. All right, and when I sit here and say he is so freaking funny for no fucking reason, like unexpectedly, dude in a black environment, and just making me laugh as a white dude talking about black people and shit.
He
like,
does it well. He does it well.
He can say nigga. He can't say nigga. I'm joking. but he's
real close.
So
real close.
My best friend is actually a white comedian by the name of Wally. Yeah, Wally Llama Comedy. Look him on Instagram. It's race. He walks that line just right before he says a joke. You're like, ooh, Wally, ooh, goddamn you, Wally. But no, it's a good community out there, and I think everyone should be a part of it. There's a lot of good shows and a lot of great things that are going on in the city that a lot of y'all are not supporting that y'all would love. So please look up SAYTRV. And that's on Instagram, correct? Instagram. And that's one person that you're going to get a hold of. And if you don't want the masculine energy, sacred_fantasy on Instagram, and then the female energy. Either way, we got what you need, man. We got some dope stuff.
Please check it out. It's just a good vibe, man. And again, like I said, I think y'all are doing yourselves and the community a disservice by not just checking it out. If you can support the Kevin Harts, the Chris Rocks, if you can support these guys, because Chris Rock is coming to San Antonio. He added a show to his tour. So if you can go out there and support them for $40, $50, $60, $80, $90, $100, $200,
right, you
can support the local for $20.
Yeah, and we giving a good show, man. Like as much as I've been around San Antonio, man, like everybody got jokes. It's a lot of funny people. It's a lot of amazing talent in San Antonio for real.
I see a lot of y'all supporting these little bullshit artists, rap artists out here. I said it, yes.
You did.
If y'all can support these talented ass rappers in this city, then you can support the actual talented comedians.
That part.
I know maybe 2 or 3 good local artists that rap out here, and I'm
That rap for real.
That rap for real. That the line is drawn right there. But anyway, another tangent. Please support these comedians. Please support the people that are out here trying to do things, and support the people that deserve your support.
What's the address again?
2003 Austin Highway.
And that is for the event, the 420 event that is coming up on Wednesday. On Saturday, there is a love, sex, and dating event. A discussion panel is going to have 2 doctors, myself, as well as DJ from If This Mic Can Talk, along with this gentleman here.
Say the rap villain.
The rap villain.
Rap.
That is the TRV. I just put the two together. And then we have Miss Powers. She is going to host. She's putting the event together, and he is going to be the MC, master of ceremony.
That's right.
So please come and support that event. That is going to be on Saturday at Upstage Comedy Lounge, 4441 Walsham Road.
4441.
3 4s and a 1.
Yes.
4441.
Yes.
Walsham Road.
Remind me of that.
Yeah.
4. All you need is 4. Sorry, there's an endorsement. I wasn't trying to do that. It just reminded me of that.
They're not paying.
I know they're
for
not
that,
paying
are
me,
they?
but it was.
Ooh,
I know.
You slipped.
I crossed the line.
You crossed the line.
I did it.
So that is what we have. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let.
Yeah,
I'm closing
I'm
other
going to
people.
close
What am I doing?
the show because I wanted to ask you: do you have any other projects that you have coming up that you'd like to talk about, other than just people definitely chiming in and having the opportunity? I know you talked about the passion of having this podcast and this platform. It's been fun. I appreciate.
Which is just dope, by the way. I just want to
opportunity.
say, man, this is dope.
Appreciate
This is dope, brother.
I
Real
appreciate it.
respect.
Thank you.
Real.
Thank you.
I love the setup here. I was like, oh,
Yeah, she's particular.
Bougie ass right there. No,
Man.
peel up.
whatever.
No, I have nothing. All I have is this podcast, and this is the main thing that I have. And the reason why I do it is this is a place for you to come out here and talk your shit. That's why it's called Socially Irresponsible. It's just we're out here socially getting people together, and we're going to be irresponsible about it. I'm not here to save your feelings. I'm not here to talk nice to you. I'm here to speak and talk my shit, and I want other people to feel like they have a safe space to talk their shit as well. And we're gonna have the hard conversations, which is why our hashtag is make them uncomfortable, because that is kind of what I want to do. If we can't make you uncomfortable, then we're not having the right conversation, right? So if you want to support me, it's myself, and it's just not myself. We have our engineer who is behind the 1-2s, not really, but it just sounds cool. Miss Hey 3, and then we have our other host on here. He's not a co-host; he's actually a host. KK, Mr. Kelvin Williams. He is also out here in these streets as well. He can make it today because he had to work. He had to be a fucking adult, which is not irresponsible at all. But this is our platform, and our platform is made for everyone out there. It's made for you guys. So we're only going to be as dope as y'all are when y'all come and talk with us and support us. And we're going to do our best to try to get ourselves out there. We want to become big for the simple fact that we want to have be an outlet to put everyone else out there. Simple as that. So support us. You support us. You're supporting yourself, as well as these excellent people that are in the room. But I'm going to give the show back to Ms. Powers.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the.
Nigga, shut up.
I was not. I was not. I really appreciate the platform that you've created. I thank you for having me on the show today. And I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing, because it's important for us to talk, have an opportunity to have these conversations, despite the fact they may be socially irresponsible. They are important because it's important to be social. So I thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming by at the time that I asked you to come by. And when we do this again, then, we mix it up a little bit and change it up.
No, we definitely will. And
Wow, she's already started making adjustments. We didn't even get to watch the recap on this one.
A lot of
We're
ideas.
gonna flip this up a little bit. That TV gonna be over here. This needs to be over there. I don't like that mask.
No, we're gonna do some things, and again, that has nothing to do with the audience and what y'all are listening to. But I want to have a lot of voices. I don't want to just have the same voices.
Yeah.
So if y'all ever want to come back and join the panel, and if y'all want to be a part of any show that we have, just call me and be like, hey, nigga, I got some shit I want to talk about this week.
Yeah.
And we can come together and we can get it together and just have fucking fun and give these motherfuckers something to listen to.
Facts.
Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Appreciate it. I will pass it back to you. Hopefully I took care of it to your liking.
You left my baby good. I appreciate it. A little bougie and shit. We got to go
Okay.
get the motherfucker back
Rough
in
it
the
up a little bit.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right.
But once again, man, thank y'all for tuning in to Socially Responsible, the podcast. I am Damien, a.k.a. Maverick, the Devil's Advocate. We have...
The Erica Powers, all social media platforms.
Say, the rap villain. Her last name isn't really Powers, but we're not going to get into
And
it.
his name isn't really Say.
And behind the mic, we have...
Hey.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Where you been the whole show? You know
That's what everyone said. Pussies are around the world wet. Thank you for tuning in to the show. We out here. Peace.
Actually, it was fun as hell, man.